Yeah, this is case number 407 on the calendar, the matter of Whitinger versus Povis.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Miss Whitinger, this is your mother. And you were in an automobile accident when you were a child.
Yes.
There was a settlement of that claim. And when you turned 18, you expected to start to receive yearly or quarterly installments on that settlement. And it is your claim that your mother kept half of one of the checks.
Yes.
And you want that money back.
Right.
When was the accident, Miss Povis?
December 29th of 1989.
And you acknowledge that you kept half the check.
Yes.
How much was half the check?
$3,070.
And you say that you kept half of it because the check was written in both your names and you're entitled to half of it.
Yes.
Okay. Describe the accident to me that occurred in 1989.
I was not in the car. My roommate was driving the car, lost control of the car.
Your roommate?
Yes.
Male or female?
Female.
So you allowed your daughter, who was how old?
4.
To ride in the car with your roommate,
Yes.
who lost control of the car, so the accident was your roommate's fault.
Correct.
Whose car was it?
It was her car.
And where was your daughter sitting in the car?
In the passenger seat.
In the front?
Yes.
Was she in a car seat?
No, she was not. She was actually reclined back in the car seat, but it had a seatbelt on. And then when the impact happened, she dove underneath the seatbelt.
And?
She knocked her 4 front teeth out that had been previously knocked out, so it was actually 4 fake teeth in the front that she knocked the bridge out. She had a concussion on her forehead, and she bit through her bottom of her chin and fractured her jaw.
So she was incapacitated for a while?
Yes, I don't remember
And
how
it was
long.
the roommate's fault?
Correct.
And what was the settlement that you agreed to?
In lieu of taking a $20,000 settlement at the time, I opted to set up a structured settlement because it would pay more money because I guess they invest it. So therefore I set up payments for 4 years starting last year. So the first payment came last year for $61.40, and then another payment came this year, and then there's 2 more payments of that, and then the final payment of $10,000 in the year 2010.
So about $35,000.
Correct.
Good. Now, that's in addition to all of the expenses, to all the medical expenses that she had. Is that right? Those were paid?
She did not have medical insurance on her car insurance, so they only pay it with the final payment of the settlement.
So who paid the medical payments?
I paid him.
Let me see.
Here's some bills, and then...
Not the bills. I want to see the payments.
Oh.
I want to see the payments.
I don't have the payment receipts.
So then you didn't pay them?
I did pay them.
Show me. Show me a paid bill. Do you have the paid bills? Are any of those bills marked paid?
No.
Take them back. I'm not interested in them. So you don't have a paid bill for any of the bills from 1989, and you don't have any canceled checks. Is that right? So what you're telling me is in 2010, when your daughter gets her final payment, you're going to pay the doctors from 1989. Is that what you're telling me?
No. I've already paid the doctors.
You've already paid the doctors, and you don't have one paid bill.
It was from back 1989.
You get a paid bill when you paid the doctor.
It was also a settlement for the time that I had taken off work to care
Just a second. Let's get to it, Miss Povis. First to the bills. I'm trying to see how you justify keeping half of this money. Not for the bills, because you didn't pay the bills. You stiffed the doctors. And the other thing that you say is you stayed home from work to take care of her?
Yes.
Who was the one who let her drive with the roommate without a car seat?
She wasn't required by law to have a car seat at that state.
Did you think it was wise for her to be in the front seat of a car? A 4-year-old? I mean, just because it's not the law, you're not responsible to do the right thing as her mother, to make sure she's sitting in the back seat in a car seat, well strapped in?
Yes.
Can I see a copy of the check, please?
Yes.
I want to see a copy of the settlement. This is a very poorly written settlement. It's surprising to me. But your name at that point was Shuck?
Correct.
And you signed as parent and natural guardian of Angela. You signed on her behalf.
Okay.
Is that right?
I signed the document, yes.
On her behalf. That's what it says. As parent and natural guardian of Angela, a minor.
Okay. I believe you. That's what they gave me to sign.
So you understood that you were signing on her behalf as her parent. Because she was a minor, she could not enter into an agreement. So now you can explain to me why you're entitled to any of this money.
Well, one, it was for reimbursement of my expenses, like I said.
You didn't pay any expenses.
I did pay expenses.
I don't believe you. I believe you stiffed the doctors.
I've never stiffed anyone in my entire life.
Show me. Show me one paid bill, I'll believe you. One paid bill.
I did not bring any of my canceled receipts.
Today is the day. Today's court.
Okay.
Angela Whitinger says her mother, Deborah Povis, stole her settlement check from an accident when she was 4 years old. Angela claims her mother is trying to cash in on her injuries.
So anybody can have bills. The paid bills show that you've paid the bills. Then I would consider them.
And the checks were to be made out to both of us to compensate for both of us according to that judgment up there. The checks are to be made out to Angela Whitinger and, at that time, Deborah
Yes, it says that they're going to be made out to both of you. So I want you to explain to me why you're entitled to any of this money. She was the one that was injured.
She was injured, yes. I also took time off work. I was off work, I know, for at least 2 weeks.
Show me that you took 2 weeks off from work.
This is in 1989, 90.
What were you doing in 1989?
I was a bill collector.
For whom?
Central Hardware.
Central Hardware where?
In Bridgeton, Missouri.
Is that where you still live?
I live in the same vicinity, yes.
Good. So why didn't you call them up and say, I need your payroll records to show that I took 2 weeks off from work to take care of my daughter?
Exist.
What?
They no longer exist. Central Hardware is no longer in existence.
Let's say you were working for Central Hardware and making $200 a week in 1989, maybe. That's $400. That's not $3,000. You aren't making $1,500 a week, were you? No. And you think you're entitled to half of all of this money, right?
Correct.
You're not. You're not. You signed this stipulation of settlement on behalf of your daughter. That money belongs to her. Period. End of discussion.
Then why would my name be on the check?
Because that's the way this judge signed the order. It's muddled. But just because you bear the title of mother doesn't mean you're entitled to any money. That doesn't sound fair, does it? That doesn't sound reasonable to you, does it? Just because you are her mother doesn't mean that you're entitled to profit from her injury, especially when you are profiting from her injury. If what you want is half of $34,000, you are profiting from her injury.
I had medical expenses that exceeded over $4,000.
And I'm going to tell you something, madam. You may have medical expenses that exceeded almost $4,000. I don't believe you paid them. And if you can produce paid bills from any of these doctors, you have the right to reschedule this case. But today was your day to come into court with proof. And you came to court with no proof. You came to court with bills that were still unpaid according to the bills. Because on the bottom, I can guarantee you, it says, please remit. Right?
Correct.
Please remit means that there's still money owed. So, if I'm wrong, produce a paid bill from half of those people. But if you can't, then how can you justify taking half of your daughter's money?
The same thing I just told you about the $4,000.
Listen, let's say a month from now you can produce bills for me for $4,000.
Correct.
I doubt it, because you're not going to be able to. But let's say you can. Why do you think you're entitled to $17,000?
I only kept $3,000.
So is what you're saying that you don't intend to keep half of the rest of the checks? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
You're questioning. That's a question. It is what you're saying. You only want to be reimbursed for what you spent out of pocket, and the rest of the money you intend to turn over to your daughter, and the most you've spent so far, according to you, which I don't believe, is $4,000.
Correct.
Fine. Then, right now, I am issuing a provisional judgment for your daughter in the amount of $3,000. Which means you're going to turn over that $3,000 to her in 30 days. You have 30 days to send into the court paid bills from those people, from the doctor, the hospital, whoever else was involved. And if you can do that, then I will rescind the order. Is that fair?
Yes. Can I say something?
Yes, I just want to know if you think that that's fair.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I also found another in the statement, or the settlement, it says that when it was settled there was $9,166 that was paid, and of that sum, $6,666.66 will be paid to my attorney, and $2,500 will be paid to me for Angela's benefit. I know that the $2,500 is to be used only for Angela's benefit, and I will deposit that sum in a restricted account. I further understand that the balance will be held.
Can I see that? Can I see what you're reading from that one?
And I've never seen any of this money either. So that could...
Can I see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This you didn't give me. This says that at the time you signed this agreement, you got a check for $9,166. $6,666 was paid to your attorney, and $2,500 was paid to you for Angela's benefit. And you were directed to deposit that money in a restricted bank account. And I further understand, you signed this, that the balance will be held and invested for Angela's use. What'd you do with the money?
I put her through braces.
As a mother, I would think that that's...
Shh. You have a bill for the braces?
No, but she did have braces, which I made payments on.
Well, when did she have braces?
I believe she got them when she was 10 or 11.
Well, a lot of kids get braces, madam, that have absolutely nothing to do with an accident. Most of my children had braces. They were never in a car accident.
She had fractured her jaw, and when she fractured her jaw, it positioned it backwards.
You have proof of that?
Did she fracture her jaw?
No.
Oh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today...
I hate to do this, but I have to. Could I see it?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Angela Whitinger says her mother, Deborah Povis, stole her settlement check from an accident when she was 4 years old. Angela claims her mother is trying to cash in on her injuries.
Okay, I've heard you. And I've heard what you're saying, which is now memorialized, that you do not intend to take any more of your daughter's money, that you intend to endorse the remainder of the checks over to her that she's going to be receiving in the coming years. That the only thing in question is the $3,000 that you kept from this year's settlement check, and that you are going to provide the court within 30 days of paid bills. If you do that, your daughter has acknowledged that any money that you were out of pocket as a result of this accident should be reimbursed to you, right?
Right.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000 to be held for 30 days. That's all. Thank you.
Party are excused. You may step out.
With everything that's gone on in the past 20 years of my life, it's just been ridiculous, so I thought it was finally time to bring it into law.
We've had a rocky relationship.
Since I was 8, I've been in and out of her house, living with my grandparents, living with my aunt.
She's never lived, per se, with my parents. She stayed with them briefly.
I moved out at 17 and have been supporting myself since then.
She did move out on her own when she was 17.
Me and her have never really gotten along as mother and daughter.
I'm hoping that now this is over with, it's done with, that we can both move on with our lives.
I don't see a relationship at all.
Maybe try to make a bridge.
I really want nothing to do with that side of the family.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Doheny versus Cephas, step forward.
20-year-old student Kevin Doheny is suing commission consultant Donna Cephas and her son, 16-year-old Keith Cephas, for the cost of a cover for his Cobra Mustang. Kevin says Keith burned a hole into it when he flicked his cigarette.
Mr. Doheny, it is your claim that Mrs. Cephas's son, your first name?
Keith.
Keith, was smoking and was careless, burned a hole in your car cover, and I assume that that is the car cover in there.
Correct.
And it's a small hole, is that right?
Cigarette hole.
You want him to pay for a new car cover.
Absolutely.
And Mrs. Cephas says, first, it was an act of God, the wind blew the cigarette, and second, you can get a kit to patch it. So why buy a whole new car cover when all it is a patch?
Correct.
I know, I hate to do this, but I have to. Could I see it?
Yes.
How big is that car cover?
It's for a Ford Mustang Cobra. It covers the whole car.
Is that your
My
pet
pride
car?
and joy.
Could
Yes,
I
it is.
see that? I know somebody else who keeps their car covered. I could never understand that. You got to take it off and get into the car and then put it on. Understand? Had you just purchased this?
Yes, ma'am, I did. A month prior.
Can I see the bill, please? Okay. And he's a friend of yours, is that right?
Yeah, I tutored him in school. Okay. And I would help him out, work on his car and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's the $169.95.
Okay. Ta-da! Say something.
Tell me what happened.
Okay. Well, what happened was I was standing outside. I just finished a cigarette and I went to go flick it. I flicked it like that way. His car was over here, and the wind took the cigarette like literally over my head and landed on the car cover. And then I seen it land on the car cover, so I flicked it off. And then I didn't realize it was going to make a burn hole in it. And then next day, while I was in school, he calls me and tells me that I burned a hole in his car cover.
So?
And he wanted me to buy him a new car cover.
So?
I told him that I had a patch kit and I would come look at the hole to see how bad it was.
He doesn't want it patched. He wants it the way it was before you flicked your cigarette. Do you have anything you want to say, Mrs. Cephas?
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that, you know, he did burn the hole, but, I mean, it's not like he literally went up and burned the hole. I mean, he flicked the cigarette, you know, the wind
He was careless.
took it.
He was careless.
Yes.
He was careless.
Right, but I mean, he didn't purposely do it, but he did say, I will try to fix it. He's not avoiding his responsibility.
He can't fix it.
The patch, yeah, you can with those vinyl, the little vinyl kits, because we had patched other vinyl. We had a roof.
He doesn't want a patch.
I understand, but I really don't feel as though we should have to pay for a brand new one if it can be fixed. He didn't even try. He just out and out said, no, I want a brand new one. You could fix it. You could take it yourself. Well, I don't want a cover.
Well, you just bought yourself a cover. You just bought yourself a cover. Let's say you saved up for a very long time to buy yourself a very special leather coat, and some stranger negligently cut a hole in the coat, small hole. You just spent $500 on this leather coat that you had been lusting over. And they said, gee, I'm so sorry, I was careless and I'm so sorry. I'm going to get a patch kit. So you can patch it. You say, I don't want a patch kit. I just bought this brand new leather coat. Why should I patch it when it could split? It may not split today, it'll split tomorrow, or it'll split next month, or 6 months from now. It's perfectly good. Why would I want to accept something that's second rate? You got it?
Yes.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff, the amount of $169.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Order, all rise. That's case number 365 on the calendar in the matter of Pantupo versus Montanez. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Ms. Pantupo, it is your claim that Ms. Montanez assaulted you during a road rage incident.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Montanez said she never touched you. Tell me where and when this happened.
On September 4th, 2004, me and my boyfriend, Michael Cheney, picked up my 16-year-old brother, and we were on our way to lunch.
Stop playing with your papers.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now tell me what happened with the defendant.
I was in the middle lane trying to make a left turn into the shopping center where the restaurant is located on. And then I noticed a truck behind me, a dark blue Ford F-150. Miss Montanez was the driver of the truck, kept honking constantly at me, but I wasn't going to go because I wasn't going to get into a wreck. And then when I finally made the turn, she came really fast right after me, and I thought she was going to hit me. The front of her bumper was like right by my driver's side door. And my window was down at the time, and we exchanged a few profanities.
Who said what first?
I said, what the? And she started screaming all kinds of bad words at me. And then she reached into my car, grabbed me by my hair, and I felt a couple of punches, and I felt as if she was trying to pull me out of my car by my hair. My boyfriend saw that, and he said, what is your F problem? And then he got out of the car, ran around my car. Then Miss Montana saw him coming toward her, so she ran back to her truck. And then my boyfriend then made the 911 call with the tech number, which I have the 911 transcript
May I
on.
see it, please? Okay. Now, after she got back into the car, What did she do?
She parked on the front of the coin laundry and took out her laundry basket as if nothing happened and was going to start doing her laundry. And I was really shocked at the time. And then my boyfriend got back in a car, and then I can see the other two passengers in her truck, which is that lady and a man in the late 20s or early 30s in her passenger seat. I can see them trying to motion her back in the truck like it's not safe to be here anymore. And then they drove off, and I was so mad after I realized what happened to me. I start following them into the parking lot. And after I followed them to a quarter mile, my boyfriend is still on the 911 call at this time. He told me, he said, "It's okay, it's okay."
Okay, I got it. Now, did you seek medical treatment at any time for your injuries?
Yes.
Do you have a doctor's report?
No, I couldn't get in touch with him.
Okay. Tell me the way you felt.
I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't lay on my left side because my head was hurting really bad, and I get the severe headaches.
How long did that last?
I would say a little bit over a week, and I couldn't go to work for a week because of it.
Okay, Miss Montanez, you want to tell me your version of the events, please?
We were on Singleton Road. It was my daughter's birthday that day, and I had to go to the laundromat to pick up some laundry. And there was a lot of cars going by at the moment when I stopped behind her, and I could see down because my truck is up high, and I could see down, and you could hear their music because it was kind of a warm day, and our windows were down. And I saw her talking to some individual, the passenger in the car, but I figured she just got caught up in her music, like all teenagers, and talking. So I honked my horn.
She's not a teenager.
Well, she looked like one at the time, but she was having a conversation. I honked my horn to let her know to go. She got mad. She stuck her hand out the window and did a profanity and called me an F and B. So I turned in before her into the shop.
Just a second. So what you did is you went around her.
Correct.
Keep going.
I pulled in front of her, and then I made the left turn and parked right in front of the laundromat because there's like an island right there where you can park. I got out of the truck. We started arguing, cursing at each other and everything, and my sister got out of the truck, and I was just like, ugh, I don't have time to deal with this, because I thought they were teenagers. So I turned around and was going to go in the laundromat, didn't even make it in the laundromat, and I heard my sister screaming, "April, April, come on." And I turned around. When I turned around, I saw her boyfriend with rings in his nose, and just the way he looked, it scared me like a skinhead, and I'm like, oh my God, let's get in the car. So I jump in the truck. When I'm getting in the truck, she has her mace gun. We have a 14-day-old baby in the truck. It was myself, the baby, and then my sister. She's going through the window and she's doing all like this, but for some oddball reason, the mace had stuck. And my sister's rushing to roll the window up in case she did unstick it. And I said, oh my God, Stephanie, let's go. This is crazy. I can't believe this. I put my truck in reverse, and I backed out, and I went back the same way I come in. She come behind me and was following me, and I was going at a fast-paced speed to get away from her because it scared me.
When did you call the police?
I didn't call the police.
Right. You're telling me that someone tried to mace you in your car with a little tiny baby in the car, following you, a lunatic, and you never called the police?
Well, Your Honor, the reason why I didn't call the police is because I saw her boyfriend. When I was coming back to my truck, he was talking to the 911 officer.
Now, why
and he said, write her tag number down.
Why would you think they would call 911, and at the time they called the police, this is what they reported? They didn't know the person, got mad when they were making a turn into PL. She started screaming, went around, got out, and hit the female in the face and pulled her hair while screaming at the female. He didn't say they're having a screaming match. Didn't say anybody took out mace. Said, my girlfriend got punched in the face and got her hair pulled, and we don't know who this person is.
And the reason why I didn't call at the time, Your Honor, I did not have my cell phone. I was just nervous, and I was ready to get out of there.
Very good. Now, what?
I have a police report from this incident, and she told a totally different story.
Can I see the police report, please?
To the police. It's a totally different story.
You want to speak? You want to be very careful about what you say? You're the sister, right? Mm-hmm. You're the reason that they didn't follow up and press charges because you confirmed her story. Is that right? Mm-hmm. I want to tell you something. I'm smarter than the police. So you want to risk it? Get up. We understand each other? That requires an answer, yes or no?
Yes.
Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you choose to stand up and testify, or would you like to remain in your seat?
I like to testify.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She beeped the horn. They had music.
How many times did she beep the horn?
It was like 2 or 3 times for her to go.
2 or 3 times. Your sister told me she beeped the horn only once.
And later today,
I accepted the gift if he would stop doing drugs and drinking. He did not.
You were better off without opening your mouth. You were better off just standing there and looking gorgeous.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Pirapon Pontupo says she was assaulted in a parking lot by fellow motorist April Montanez. Pirapon says April tried to pull her out of her car by her hair.
Your name?
Stephanie.
You have a last name?
Imes.
You want to tell me the story?
It's pretty much what my sister said.
It's pretty much what your sister said?
We were going to Kroger's. She was in front of my sister. It was busy coming traffic. She beeped the horn. They had music.
How many times did she beep the horn?
It was like 2 or 3 times for her to go.
2 or 3 times. Your sister told me she beeped the horn only once.
It was like 2 or 3 times for her to go, like a rapid beep for her to go.
So it was 2 or 3 times, but it was like 1 time because it was so fast.
Yeah, it's like a rapid beep.
Right. Okay.
So they had the music going. She beeped the horn. She leaned out of the car. She flicked her off and said some stuff, some cuss words. My sister went ahead because no cars were coming. She went in front of the lady. The car came in behind us. We turned to go towards the laundromat. My sister parked next to the little island. The laundromat is right across from the car. My sister got out of the car. They were arguing back and forth, cussing at each other. Then my sister, I kind of stood out to hear what was going on. My sister walked into the laundromat. I got back in the truck.
Did she carry anything into the laundromat?
I think she had some...
Just a second. Look at me. Did she carry anything into the laundromat?
Yes.
What did she take out of the car?
It was some outfits, I guess. Yes.
Were the outfits in a basket?
No. No.
No basket?
No.
Just things in her hand? Now, what were you going to the laundromat for?
To pick up some clothes, and I think she had to dry clean the clothes that she had for the party. But at the time that I was waiting for my sister, this female came up to the truck as I got back in. She had some mace in her hand, and she was trying to...
Was that before or after your sister hit her?
She didn't hit her.
Yes, she did. Sit down.
Your Honor,
yes, she did. Oh, yes, she did. She hit her, and she pulled her hair. And she was really annoyed. You want to know why I know she was really annoyed? Because she had a 2-week-old baby in the car, and instead of sitting there waiting for traffic to move, she sped up around and went around a car that was waiting to make a left turn and pulled out in front of her. That's something that someone does who has no judgment. And they only do it when they're annoyed.
No, ma'am.
I didn't ask you anything. I listened to you. You know, there's an old expression. If it doesn't make sense, it's usually not true. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Because we've all drivers have been in the same situation that you were in. Sometimes you're behind somebody, and for some reason, they don't make a turn when they're supposed to. The arrow is green. They're waiting, they're talking, they're involved in the phone, they're listening, they're daydreaming, and you're looking and you're saying, that's the only shade of green there's going to be, right? Why isn't this person going? If you have a short fuse, you'll honk the horn a few times, and if that's not successful, you'll peel out, which is what you did. You peeled out with a baby in the car, went around her in order to make a left turn because you thought that there was a clear enough avenue of traffic so that you could make the turn. I believe everything that she says. You had a bad hair day.
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah,
Can
you
I
did.
show you a disposition
And your sister
of a
got you
jury?
back into the... Listen to me. And your sister got you back into the car because you both saw the boyfriend on the phone with the police. That's what you just told me. A moment ago you said, I didn't have to call the police because I knew they were calling the police. And if you knew they were calling the police, then you stay there and wait for the police. You don't take off. What you just told me was, I didn't call the police because of this mace, thinking fast, because he was calling the police. And if somebody is calling the police, and if you are a victim of a crime, you remain there with the doors locked, windows up, you don't get out to go and take your clothes into the dry cleaners?
Because none of this took place, Your Honor. We just argued. We had our words.
Madam, I don't.
She tried to get me.
Madam, I don't believe you, and I don't believe
can I bring
your sister.
something else to evidence?
Absolutely. Show it to me.
Okay, I have a disposition of a hearing when she tried to file simple battery and simple assault charges, and we went to Gwinnett County courts, and they were dismissed for insufficient evidence as well. Because in the police report, it says that the police officer, there was no physical evidence on the victim other than a few strands of hair that was allegedly pulled out by the suspect.
Listen to me, madam. She's not saying you broke her skin.
But there would have been swelling or something for the officer. This never took place, Your Honor.
I'm telling you, it took place, madam.
It didn't.
Listen, because you got over on a cop, and because you got over perhaps on a district attorney, you and your sister, who wouldn't know the truth if it came up and slapped her in the face, doesn't mean that I have to believe you. Your story doesn't make sense. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I insulted her race. She insulted mine. She told me she was going to get me.
The defendants, it's worse than a piece of dog.
If you would have saw her boyfriend, like 6 foot tall, earrings, a dragon tattoo on his neck.
He's 6'2", but he also weighed as much as she does, which is they both weighed 185 pounds.
I was just in a rush to get out of there because in Atlanta, people have been shot by road rage.
It's just that she's a lying.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Ortega versus Gutierrez. Step forward.
Computer technician Netza Ortega is suing his ex-girlfriend, 26-year-old customer service rep Maribel Gutierrez, for unpaid loans to get her hair done and for the return of a promise ring.
Oh, Mr. Ortega. The romance is over. You want your jewelry back, and you want some money that you loaned to the defendant while you were together.
That's correct.
Ms. Gutierrez says you often gave her money. There was never any mention of a payback. And the jewelry you want back were gifts that you made to her, and you're not entitled to them back.
I feel that it's entitled back to me because they were actually a symbol of a relationship.
All right, let's take the simple ones first. The loan. When do you claim, and what year did you make her the loan?
June of this year, and it was to get her hair done, and it was for $50.
What's next,
okay,
Mr. Ortega?
After that, it was another loan for $50 to get her hair done.
Get over it, Mr.
And then after that, it was another $40, and that was
to get her nails done?
No.
Manicure, pedicure.
No, that was actually
facial,
to get her diaper.
leg wax, whatever.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Let's get to the jewelry.
Okay, the jewelry was given to her in April.
Did she go shopping with you for the jewelry?
No.
You went by yourself?
I went by myself.
And you went to a store and you picked out what kind of jewelry?
A promise ring. It was a butterfly made of diamonds.
And what else?
And then a month later, after I paid off the ring, I got her a matching pendant that went with it.
How much did you pay for all this?
About $325 total.
$325.
Yes.
So we're not exactly talking the Hope Diamond here.
No.
Is that right? Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Is this your first girlfriend?
No, it's not.
How many girlfriends have you had?
I've had about 4.
Did you buy them gifts?
I bought them gifts.
And then you broke up with them?
Yes.
Did they give you back the gifts?
No, because I didn't ask them for those because there weren't actual agreements. The promise ring was an agreement that we would stay in a monogamous relationship. And now that it's over, I deserve that I should get it back.
Judy, 1 second.
Miss Judy?
Just 1 second.
Okay.
When you gave her the ring, what did you say to her?
I said this is a promise that we would stay in this relationship.
You made her a promise?
Yes.
That's nice.
And she agreed to take it.
Mr. Ortega.
Yes.
Grow up, sir.
Okay.
You're dying to say something.
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
We made a promise that he would stop drinking, doing drugs, and I accepted the gift if he would stop doing drugs and drinking. He did not. Accidentally, I don't know what happened to the gift. It got lost.
That's not true.
Listen to me. You were better off without opening your mouth.
Okay.
You were better off just standing there and looking gorgeous. Mr. Ortega.
Yes.
Get over it. Put a period. Move on.
Okay.
If you want a ring that comes back to you, you buy a diamond.
It was
Now,
diamonds.
listen to me. No, not a
were
butterfly.
diamonds.
Not a butterfly, Mr. Ortega. You buy a single diamond and you have it set in a very nice setting, and then you say, I want you to marry me.
I
Will you
did.
listen to me? I'm speaking.
At one point, though, I
I'm
did.
speaking.
Okay.
Will you marry me? This is an engagement ring.
We weren't
not
engaged.
a promise ring. I don't care if you were engaged or not. Listen, I've gotten engaged without a ring, too. Once or twice.
Okay.
A ring, the solitaire, Mr. Ortega, not a butterfly.
Actually, it was a princess cut.
Bye, Mr. Ortega.
He was using drugs.
I treated her well.
Now, this is case number 399 on the calendar in the matter of Guberman versus Sutton. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, ma'am. Have a seat.
Miss Guberman, you and Mr. Sutton dated briefly, according to what I read in your complaint, and you no longer see each other socially, but you claim that he owes you for two things. First, he owes you for a cruise that the two of you went on. You claim that he was supposed to pay you back for his ticket, and he did not. And second, you say that you got into an argument with him and he smashed your cell phone.
Correct.
And who is this?
This is my friend, Monique.
Is this the friend who was supposed to go on the cruise?
No.
Does she know about the cruise?
Yeah.
Miss Guberman, when was the cruise, and you were supposed to go with a girlfriend, is that right?
Correct.
When were you supposed to leave?
The end of November, I think it was, last year.
The questions are going to get harder. That's what this case is about. So let's try to get it together and focus. November of 2003. November what?
About November 17th, approximately. I forget the exact date.
And how long had you been planning this trip with a girlfriend?
Approximately a few months, maybe 3 months.
Who bought the tickets?
I charged it on my credit card.
Why didn't she charge her own ticket?
Oh no, well, we both paid a deposit, but then when she wasn't going...
Just a sec. You were supposed to go with a girlfriend, she backed out. You started to date him, and he went on the cruise instead of the girlfriend who got pregnant. That's the story, right?
Because I still want to
Okay, just a second. We're going to do this in faster pace because I have other things to do today, Miss Guberman. November 17th, 2003, you were supposed to go on a cruise with the girlfriend. She had put a deposit down on her own credit card?
Correct.
How much of a deposit did she put down?
$250.
And how much was the whole cruise?
$1,092 each.
Now, how much had she paid towards the trip?
The $250.
Only?
Only.
She was going to lose that. Is that right?
No, she didn't lose it. The cruise line, they credited her credit card back. And then they charged me the whole, the whole remaining balance for the cruise.
When did you make that arrangement with them? When did she make that arrangement, sir? She's having difficulty. Do you remember?
Well, actually, ma'am, first thing, good morning, ma'am. The cruise was November 30th, to tell you the truth. It wasn't November 17th. The cruise was November 30th. I met her in September. I spoke with her on the party line, which is a line that you chat with and you meet people.
I don't care if you met her on a party line or J dating.
Okay.
Mr. Sutton, when did she invite you to go on the trip?
Well, a week after, like a week and a half after we met.
In September?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
She told me her friend was supposed to go on a cruise with her, and she bailed out. So she asked me, she was looking for a companion to go with her. And once we met, we engaged in some sexual relationships. And,
I'm not interested in that.
Okay, I understand. And she said to me, she said, would you like to go on a cruise? At first, I was kind of reluctant to going because we had just met. And then I was like, all right, fine. Then she says, well, I'm just going to charge it on my credit card. And we went on a cruise.
Did you discuss paying her back for it?
Not at all, ma'am, Your Honor.
Well, what happened after you went on this cruise on November 30th, sir?
We were still talking in a friendship manner. Then we pretty much, kind of went our own separate ways at that time because we both made an agreement to be friends before we even went on a cruise.
Tell me about the agreement.
Actually, when we met on the party line, the same day
What? You said you had an agreement that you were going to be friends when you came back from the cruise. I don't know what
This is before the cruise.
That you were going to be friends?
Yes. She said we made an agreement that we just rather be friends, that a relationship and not wouldn't work out.
And that was before you went on the cruise?
That was before we went on the cruise.
How much before?
2 months before.
Well, then why in the world would she pay for you?
I don't know.
I mean, that I don't understand. I mean, I can understand if she wanted you as her companion on the cruise and you had an intimate relationship and you were going to enjoy all of the activities together. And then I could understand her saying, listen, I want to have a date on this cruise. That's my insurance. But I don't understand it if the two of you really had parted ways in respect to being a boyfriend and a girlfriend and you were just going on as buddies.
Well, it wasn't pretty much still as buddies. It was pretty much both of us were still in the air. There was still some fire there. It was still in the air.
Some fire?
Yes.
Did you ever buy Miss Guberman anything?
Well, I gave her a bracelet once.
Did you? Was it a nice bracelet?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
You still have it, Miss Guberman? You're trying to think.
No, I have it. It's broken. He said he found it.
You found it?
I did.
I said, so did you ever buy her anything?
Yes, I did. I bought her several things.
Tell me.
Some stuff for her birthday from Victoria's Secrets, like T-shirts, lotion.
What else?
When we went on the cruise, I bought her a couple dresses.
Okay, that's nice. Did he do that?
Yes, but the lotion he bought me, he took back and wrote on my car with it. So, you know, I don't have the lotion and the perfume he bought for my birthday. He took it back.
Lamore Guberman says she met ex-boyfriend James Sutton on a party chat line. Lamore claims James owes for his share of a cruise and for smashing a cell phone.
When you came back from the cruise, when did you ask him for money?
Just whenever he had, I said, can I, you know, you pay me back when you have it. So he was making payments.
Did he give you any money?
Yes, $550 altogether.
Is that right, sir?
Not at all.
Show me.
He paid cash, but I just have, like I marked it on the calendar. So before going on the cruise, I think he gave me $100. And then on here, this is like where it's highlighted. I have how much he gave, all the payments that he gave me. So I would keep track of it.
I don't believe this. I don't believe it. There are several reasons why I don't believe it. First of all, I don't know anybody who uses the same pen on a day calendar. In order for you to use the same pen on a day calendar just for certain entries, you have to be a really organized person. You have several different pens for certain things. You have dark blue pen, you have a light blue pen, but for the money that you allege that he gave you, different weeks, different months, etc., you used the same pen. So you had a Mr. Sutton return of money pen?
No, actually, I kept a particular pen by my calendar. And if, for instance, like if I had made an appointment on the phone or something and there was a pen somewhere else in the house, I would take that and write the appointment down. But that, I mean, I have similar pens, it's different, same color.
Give this back to her. Those calendars come under the category of baloney, Miss Guberman. Now you want to get to the cell phone?
Well, we had gotten to an argument on the way back from the mall.
When?
In October, the 4th.
October of what year?
This year.
2004?
Correct.
So you were still seeing each other, had contact with each other a year later?
Correct.
Okay.
And actually, when we officially broke up, that's when he stopped paying for the cruise, but...
What happened, Miss Guberman, in October
We were on the way back from the mall, and we were going to go to my house, and then we got into an argument at the mall. On the way back, you know, he said, take me home. So I was proceeding to take him home, and then he asked me, oh, well, we're going to your house. I said, no, you want to go home? I'm taking you home. So when he realized I was taking him home, I had to stop at a stop sign, and as soon as I stopped at the stop sign, he grabbed my shifter, threw it in park, got out the car, grabbed the phone, smashed it on the ground, and then walked off and left me with a broken shifter, and I was just standing there until someone came and helped put my shifter back together because I couldn't move.
Let's hear it.
All I can say is just a bunch of Taurus species.
Should what?
Taurus species.
What is that?
A Taurus is a bull and feces is...
Oh. Mr. Sutton. Mr. Sutton.
Yes.
Just tell me what happened, sir. Try not to editorialize or be witty.
Pretty much.
Or, listen to me, or be witty or be smart. I reserve that all to myself.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, ma'am, Your Honor.
Just tell me what happened in the car.
Well, nothing happened because I wasn't with her.
Oh, my God. Were you still involved in any kind of a relationship, including friends, in October of 2004?
No, I wouldn't even talk to her. She was coming down to my job, stalking me, sitting in my parking lot at my job. She would call me like pretty much all day on my cell phone, beat my cell phone up, leave all types of messages.
You have any proof of that?
Well, I can't really save that on there, ma'am. Somebody else calls me.
You know anything about this case?
Yes, I do.
Step up. Who are you?
I'm Monique Taylor. I'm Lamore's friend of 14 years.
Go ahead.
The night of her cell phone that was broken, he was with her. Because, you know, she doesn't hold anything back from me, and usually when things happen, she calls me because we're close friends. And he was with her that night that the cell phone was broken.
What was she doing with him?
Your Honor,
No, I'm asking you, what would she do? If she tells you everything, she doesn't, listen to me. If she doesn't hold anything back from you,
right?
What was she doing with him?
I guess just hanging out with him. You know, they went to the mall together, from my understanding, and you know, he wanted to go home with her, and he was told no. And
why did she go to the mall with him?
He's very angry.
Who's angry?
James. He's a very angry individual because there's times other things has happened, and she has called me about it, and you know, talk to me, and I always be telling her to leave him alone, but
she doesn't leave him alone. Right?
Right.
She calls him?
Occasionally, but not. It's been like since the cell phone incident, it hasn't been too many phone calls.
Before the cell phone incident?
Yes.
She'd call him a lot?
I wouldn't say a lot, because I would, you know, try to convince her not to keep continuously calling him and, you know, just leave it alone.
But she didn't listen?
No, she didn't.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I understand that from your perception as a father, your daughter disrespected you.
Right.
I agree with you. Did the wrong thing.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lamore Guberman says she met ex-boyfriend James Sutton on a party chat line. Lamore claims James owes for his share of a cruise and for smashing a cell phone.
So, Mr. Sutton, I sort of believe that you were in the car with her and broke her cell phone. You want to know why I believe that, Mr. Sutton? I believe that you were really annoyed that she keeps bothering you on the phone. There's a logical extension to breaking her phone. Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying, but...
Good. How much was your phone?
Altogether, it was $194.99.
Let me see.
And this is the phone.
But, Mr. Sutton, I do not believe, sir, that you agreed to pay her for this cruise. I think that she met you, she wanted a date on the cruise, she invited you to go along, and there was absolutely no mention of you paying her back. And that was over a year ago. And you still didn't pay her back. And she's still with you, in the car, going to the mall. Right?
Right, that's part of the reason why I would call him, is to ask, can you pay me some money? Are you going to give me some money?
No.
Oh, God.
No. Not for somebody who's violent. You don't call somebody violent for that reason.
Because it was on my credit card. And
you met him in September, you invited him to go on a cruise in September. Mr. Sutton doesn't look like the kind of person who becomes instantly infatuated.
Oh, that's a lie.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no. He certainly seems like a cool enough character to me. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $194.99. That's for the cell phone. The cruise, you're on your own.
Can I say one thing?
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Oh, my God. I didn't finish. I guess if I get back together with him, he'll pay me the rest of it, then we can break up, you know, something like that.
She's a very sarcastic person. You know, she doesn't know how to take anything serious.
The sparks were kind of fizzling at the end, but he was trying to make the sparks come back.
She just got hypnotized by me. That's all that was.
He was a bad seed once I just knew the things he was doing.
What was done. I mean, just move on, that's all.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Garnica versus DeLaza, step forward, please.
Deli manager Martha Garnica is suing her ex-husband, produce manager Alan DeLaza, for the money he promised to pay for their daughter's 2000 Ford Mustang. Alan says their daughter disrespected him, so the deal's off.
Ms. Garnica, this is your former husband. You have two children together.
We do.
You called your former husband and told him that you wanted to buy your daughter, I assume this young lady's, pretty young lady, a car for her birthday, and asked him if he would contribute to the car. So far, is that correct, sir?
Close enough.
Close enough. And your former husband agreed to give you $2,000 towards the purchase of that car, $1,000 from one fund and $1,000 from a different fund. Close enough?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
He gave you the $1,000.
Yes.
The $1,000.
Yes.
In reliance on his promise to give you the $2,000, you went out and purchased your daughter a car.
Yes, I did.
How much was the car?
$5,000.
And you purchased her this $5,000 car because your former husband had agreed, made a contract, so far, right, to give you $2,000. And then, against his wishes, this young lady went ahead and got your permission to have a belly piercing, right?
Kind of.
Right. She had discussed it at one time with her father, who said, I don't want you to do that, right?
Right.
And you went and did it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is stupid to begin with. Why anybody would want to pierce their belly button, I haven't a clue. Get stuck on your sweaters. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. But that's just an older person's perception of why young people pierce their bodies and say, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm different. You know, people should look at you because you do things that are creative, intelligent, smart. You've made something of yourself. You know, sticking things in your body doesn't cut it for me. Your father says you got your belly pierced, you don't get the other $1,000.
Right.
Unfortunately, you're wrong. You're not wrong to feel as if your daughter did something that was not right, but your contract was not with your daughter.
Yes, it was.
No, no, no. Your contract was not with your daughter, sir. Your contract was with your former wife. You may have been contributing to buy your daughter a gift, which is what you say. I was buying my daughter a gift. She went against my wishes. I'm not going to give her the gift. You made a contract with your wife because once she went out to purchase that car, relying on your promise to give her $2,000, you had a binding agreement. Now, I'm teaching you contracts. I'm giving you a basic course in contracts. If you had said to her when she called you, I will give you the $2,000 towards Amanda's car, but there's a condition. And the condition is she not have a body piercing until she's old enough to consent to it herself. If you had said that to her, and if she had had the body piercing, you would be absolutely right. You would be able to say, she breached the agreement, therefore I don't have to pay. But you did not have that as a condition of your contract with your former wife. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
It's just...
I understand that from your perception as a father, your daughter disrespected you.
Right.
And you don't reward somebody for being disrespectful and for doing the wrong thing. I agree with you. Did the wrong thing. But that doesn't vitiate the contract that you had or do away with the contract that you had with your former wife. Do you understand? So while I'm sympathetic to you, you owe her $1,000. Pay her. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
They could have asked me, you know, and I could have thought about it.
I didn't see there was a reason why.
This is case number 55 on the calendar in the matter of Dennis versus E.B. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Miss Dennis, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Are you an only child?
I have two sisters.
Is this your dad?
Yep.
This is your complaint. Mr. Eby
Yep.
is the prize. He is also the defendant. This is his wife?
Yes.
He separates from his wife in August. You take up with him almost immediately.
Yes.
Did you know he was separated at the time?
Yes.
So you knew he was married?
Yes.
How much after he left his wife did he hook up with you?
In October.
No, you met him before October. You moved in according to your complaint in October.
He lived next door to my parents.
With his wife or after he separated?
Both.
So as soon as the wife moved out, you started dating?
Yeah.
Big mistake. Did your father tell you it was a big mistake?
Yes.
Right?
Right.
How much of a big mistake did you tell her it was?
I told her it was a big one. I told her it wouldn't have been worth it.
So she moves in with him in October. Now, at that time, did you rented your own apartment?
I had my own place still.
And when did you become pregnant?
November.
birth control sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
What did you say to her when you found out not only was she living with him, but she was pregnant?
They always tell me when I'm on the road, so I'll be calmed down when I get home.
And what kind of work do you do, Mr. Dennis?
Truck driver.
Well, then it seems that Mr. E.B. decides to go back to his wife. Your lawsuit for two things. For a couple of months' rent that is still owed after he moved out, and for the value of car that you purchased for him, Mr. Dennis. You purchased an old car, $500?
Yeah.
Now, Mr. E.B. says that the car was a gift and that you paid the bills while you were living there, but after you moved out, you changed the locks and you're not responsible for anything else.
Yep.
Mr. Dennis, I want you to tell me about the car.
She worked first shift. He worked second shift. She was getting off at...
Where?
She worked at a daycare, and he worked at a place called Cook's Foods. She was getting home about 4:30. He had to be to work by 4:45, which he was always being late. So I told him, I didn't tell him nothing really. I went out, I went to a car lot and asked them if they had a car for about $500. So on the way over to pick up the car, I asked him if he could get insurance on the car. And he said no. So I paid the $500, put the car in his name in case he had an accident. I didn't want to be liable for it. And then
so far, smart.
And then when they got their income tax money, I was supposed to get my $500 back. And that never happened.
What do you mean when they? You mean the two of them?
Well, he filed, but he put her kids on his income tax so he could get more money.
How many other children do
I
you
have
have?
two.
You have enough children.
That's what I told her. I told her she had enough at one.
Mr. Dennis, we could have been twins. Who takes care of these three children?
I do. Well, I'm still carrying one. I take care of the other two.
Where are their fathers?
My daughter's dad is deceased, and my son's dad lives across town.
And you're still living in this house?
Yes.
Emily, you have to find another hobby. Making children is not a hobby.
I know.
Let's get to the car part.
I offered to pay him back $500 a couple weeks later at Red Lobster on the 12th of April. And he declined my money. I had the money for him. He said no.
What did he say?
He said, no, I don't want your money. I want the car. I have the title right here. And these are the things they forged.
You have the car, right?
Yep.
So try yes. It sounds
Yes.
nicer. You know, how many children do you have?
I have one.
You have one now.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Did he offer you $500?
No, he said he was willing to pay me $500 for it, but he didn't have it then.
Oh, but you said you had it.
I did have it.
Well, that's what he wants. He wants the $500. So you have no problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem with that.
Now let's talk about the rent. Ms. Dennis, when did Mr. E.B. move out?
April 9th. He walked out.
Why?
He told me he's taken his daughter to his aunt's house and never returned.
Did you change the locks?
No.
What month's rent are you claiming that he owes you?
Well, I paid April's myself, and I've paid May's.
But he wasn't there in May.
Well, yeah.
Why didn't he pay any of April's rent?
Because I got my paycheck from work, and I paid it because he was in between jobs, and he didn't have a paycheck at the time to pay it.
Did you move out on April? Why are you laughing?
Because I never technically moved out of there. I came home. Locks were changed.
When?
On the 14th of April.
Okay, so how much was your half of the rent?
I paid all the rent.
In April?
Yes. All she gets for a check is from welfare.
Who paid April's rent? Do you have a rent receipt for April's rent?
Nope. She would have it. Because I don't have nothing because she wouldn't allow me back in the house.
I see the receipt. Did you give her cash to pay the rent?
Yep.
Let's try that again.
Yes.
Mr. Eby, these two women may find you irresistible. I guarantee you I do not.
Okay.
The only month that I'm interested in is April. The only month that you show me on a receipt for rent for April, every other receipt is nice and clear. The month, the date is nice and clear. The only date that there's something written over is April. I mean, didn't you think that I'd notice that?
I picked them up.
What happened here?
I don't know. I didn't look at them.
Well, I don't know either. You get money from social services?
No.
Other than your job, how do you support yourself?
My son's dad pays child support.
You get Social Security for your son, for your child whose father is dead?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because he didn't work.
Another winner. You help her?
More than we should, but yeah.
What is she going to do after her lease is up?
She's moving into our house.
Who else lives in your house, Mr. Dennis?
All of them. That's why I drive a truck.
You have 3 children? 3 children?
Mm-hmm.
She the only one with children?
No.
How many of the others have children?
All of them.
Mr. Dennis, you missed the class on teaching your children birth control.
No, they missed the class on listening.
They missed the class on listening. All right, now, Mr. Eby, you have a counterclaim, if my memory is
I'd like to go back
correct.
for a second.
What?
Things they had forged.
You mean forged with regard to the car?
Yeah.
Listen to me very carefully. Put that down, sir. Put the papers down. Other than the fact that you told me that you agreed to pay him back, and you said to him, here's $500. I'm going to pay you back for the car. I would have ruled in your favor because there was no loan agreement. But you agreed to pay him back. So you're going to pay him back, and I don't care if they forged the Declaration of Independence. You're going to pay him back for the car.
I offered him, he said no.
Now he says yes. Now you're going to pay him back for the car, not for the rent. She lived there. She's going to take care of the rent, and she has taken care of the rent. Now, let's get to your counterclaim.
My counterclaim is for my living room set that she still has, my entertainment stand, TV, VCR, movies, Xbox, etc., washer and dryer.
Now, did he purchase all of those things?
No, he didn't.
Who purchased them?
I did.
All of them?
Yes.
Let me see the receipts.
I don't have receipts. I didn't think I was going to get into a situation like
Well,
this.
just a second. When you moved into the house, he was already living there. So I want you to be very careful with what you tell me. Your father is a backup, and your father and I are almost soulmates here. Do you understand, Miss Dennis? You moved into his house, and because according to you, his wife left. He was still living there, and a couple of weeks later, you move in.
Yes.
With your 2 children. Did he have furniture in his place when you moved in?
He gave it all to his wife.
Everything?
Yes, I even had to provide a bed for his daughter.
Mr. Dennis, did Aaron over here have any furniture?
Yes, he did. He did, but he
Stop doing that.
He threw tantrums once in a while, and he'd start throwing his furniture out of the house, and then by the garbage, and then they'd pick it up and haul it off. He did that a lot.
What did your daughter move in with?
Well, we carried a big screen TV in there, sofa love seat, her bedroom set, her daughter's bedroom set, and her son's bedroom set. That's what.
What about a washer dryer?
That was already in there.
Is that yours? You want it back? Done. What else do you say that's there, sir?
TV, VCR, movies, Xbox, couch.
Well, just a second. How many TVs were in the house?
1.
That's hers.
Nope, hers got repoed.
First of all, we have 4 TVs in our home.
Oh, you do? Well, one of them must belong to him.
You can
And he can have it. It is downstairs.
Oh, fine.
That's not the TV.
Listen to me. You're lucky I'm listening to this at all. Because you two have to find another hobby. You have enough children for a while. Caused enough damage.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I told her that I didn't understand why she would do something like she had done. He had done everything to help her. It really hurt.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Emily Dennis and her father, Rodney Dennis, are suing the father of Emily's unborn child, Aaron Eby, for rent, bills, and the value of a car. Aaron is countersuing for the return of his furniture.
Washer, dryer, and TV. He's going to pick it up 5 days from today. Okay. Do you speak to him?
No.
Do you?
No, but I can. I mean, it won't bother me.
Fine. Then why don't you...
He knows my number.
Why don't you make arrangements to go and get it?
All right.
So, I read your answer, Mr. Eby, and according to you, you're not even sure that this baby that Miss Dennis is having is yours. I have a feeling it is. But I'm sure you're going to do a paternity test.
Yes.
Which is a very good idea. And that means that the two of you are going to be joined in some way for the next couple of decades. So I suggest you start to act responsibly and reasonably towards each other. And he has a very calming effect. At least he did on me, had a very calming effect. So I suggest you keep him as a friend. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do the right thing with him. He's tried to do the right thing with you. Got it?
Yes.
Good. You took him back?
Yeah, I did.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I did is fine.
Yes, I
Good.
did.
Shh, say nothing. Sit down. You taking him back is your problem, not mine. Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500 on the counterclaim. You'll have the property as I outlined it in 5 days, and Mr. Dennis will take care of seeing to it that it's picked up. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
They went out to my car, stole the bill of sale, forged my name on it,
He moved in 2 weeks after I left. He was no good.
trying to get me a ticket because the cops were going to write me a ticket for possession of a stolen vehicle.
He left me for his drug addict wife. All the furniture was ours. I'm carrying his child.
Yeah, I'd like to have him be part of it, but, you know, if he ain't, I can pick up the pieces from there.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter, Herzog versus Emery. Step forward, please.
Kimberly Herzog is suing her former nanny, 24-year-old Sarah Emery, for a loan to pay her bills, lost wages, and daycare costs. Sarah says Kimberly is possessive and controlling.
Ms. Herzog, the defendant was working for you as a nanny, and according to your complaint, you loaned her $1,000 because she was having some back surgery. The arrangement was that she was supposed to pay you back. You were going to deduct a certain amount of money when she returned to work from her weekly salary. So far, am I correct?
Yes.
And she had the surgery, and then, according to you, she left your employment. You want your money back.
Correct.
And Miss Emery said that you fired her without good cause, and that's why she couldn't pay you back. When did she come to work for you?
She started working for me January of 2004.
How many children do you have?
I have 2.
When was the surgery?
January
of 2005. So for the year that she worked for you, from January 2004 till January 2005, was her work satisfactory?
Yes, until the very end, which actually led to the dismissal. I had spoken to her on multiple occasions.
About what?
About making my child sit on a couch for 3 hours while my other child was sleeping.
That's not true.
When did she borrow the money from you?
She borrowed the money on January 14th.
So she borrowed the money after you had conversations with her about her performance, her
Yes.
work performance. Was she scheduled to be out of work for any period of time?
Yes, she took 2 weeks off.
And there is no issue as to whether Ms. Herzog loaned you the money?
Correct.
Well, now I'll hear your defense.
Okay. In January, I gave my 2 weeks after I came back to work on Monday. Tuesday night, I called her and I told her I was going to stay with my sister, and she got angry at me and told me that I had to stay at her house.
Well, was it your usual routine to stay at her, to sleep at her house? Or
Yes, I was a live-in nanny, so I stayed at her house.
So why were you going to stay at your sister's house?
It was, she expected me to hang out with her and spend time with her at night when I was off duty. And I didn't think that I should have to stay at her house when I was paying her rent or spend time with her family if I didn't want to.
So what did you do?
We got in a big argument, and I told her that if I wanted to stay with my sister, that I could. And she got angry at me and then started accusing me of things with the boys, of not caring for them the way I should, and that I loved my nephew more and all this stuff that wasn't true. And we ended up getting a fight, and on Wednesday I couldn't handle anymore, and so when she was at work, I moved out.
When you moved out on Wednesday, how did you intend to repay the $1,000?
I was going to make payments from... I gave her 2 weeks notice, and I was going to be able to get a job within that 2 weeks and pay her back. But 2 days later, she fired me. I tried to get unemployment, and she's fighting me on that. She's trying to do anything she can to ruin my life.
How are you supporting yourself?
Right now, I finally started to get unemployment from the state.
Go ahead. Let me hear what happened between Wednesday and Friday.
On Wednesday, I come home, and everything was moved out of the house.
And she quit?
And she quit. And she had my kids the whole day that she had done this.
Fine. She quit.
Yes,
Did she work for you on Thursday and Friday?
Yes. I didn't have anything else I could do at that point.
Okay. What did you say to her on Thursday and Friday?
I told her that I didn't understand why she would do something like she had done, move out of our home like that, quit. We had done everything to help her. It really hurt. It hurt to help someone so much and not...
Did you fire her on Friday?
I did not fire her. I rendered her services at that point.
What
I couldn't
happened?
trust her in my home.
So you fired her? You let her go? Tell me what you did.
I just came home and I gave her money that she had worked and let her know that at that point on I did not want her watching my children.
Well, I would probably do the same thing. Somebody moved out of my house after almost a year working for me without notifying me, moved stuff out during the course of the day when you're supposed to be watching her children. I would probably terminate your services too. In any event, you should have let her quit. She wouldn't have collected unemployment.
I'm fighting it.
Well,
she didn't appear to be a peer hearing last week, so...
The truth of the matter is, she quit on Wednesday, and she owes you the money. You took $60 out of...
Yes, I did.
The first paycheck, the last paycheck you gave her, so she owes you $940. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $940. That's all.
Now, this case number 6 on the calendar in the matter of Bird versus Whitaker.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Whitaker, what do you do for a living?
I work at Applebee's. I'm a host.
And how long have you worked at Applebee's?
About a month.
Prior to that, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Who do you live with?
I stay with my aunt.
How do you get to Applebee's?
I drive.
In what?
Car.
What kind?
A Regal.
Speak in full sentences. I drive in a car. What kind of car is it?
Buick Regal.
What year Buick Regal is it?
91.
Where did you get it from?
I bought it from my uncle.
What's your uncle's name?
Mario.
Last name?
I don't know.
You don't know your uncle's last name?
Nah.
Is he your mother's brother or your father's brother?
It's still a street relationship.
He's a street relationship.
Yeah.
You ever spent any time in jail, Mr. Whitaker?
Yes, ma'am.
When was the last time you spent time in jail, Mr. Whitaker?
March through July of last year.
For what?
Possession of stolen property.
What kind of property?
I really don't know. I didn't have really much to do with the case. I just took
I don't
whatever deal they
understand
gave
a
me.
word you're saying.
That's because you just cut me off.
What kind of stolen property?
Computers or something.
Computer?
Yeah. What does this have to do with this case?
You asking me a question? I don't
Yeah.
answer your questions.
All right.
Now, if you spent some time in jail, that means it wasn't your first experience with the criminal justice system, Mr. Whitaker. So what you thought was going to be a fun experience and a funny experience for you to come here today is going to be far from that. Now, did you take money from Miss Bird? Let's get back to it. Did you take money from Miss Bird?
No.
Do you know what Miss Bird does?
Nope.
How did you meet her?
At a store in Sacramento.
At a store?
Yeah.
What kind of a store?
Parking lot.
Tell me about the meeting that you had with Miss Bird when you first met her at a parking lot. Go ahead, Mr. Whitaker. Let's chat.
I seen her in the parking lot unloading her groceries. I spoke to her aunt first, and then I spoke to her.
What did you say to them?
I said, "Can I speak to your daughter?"
What were you doing in the parking lot?
Leaving.
In what?
A car.
What kind of car?
It wasn't my car. I was in somebody else's car in the passenger seat that has no relevance to this situation.
Don't tell me what's relevant and what's not, Mr. Whitaker. You think that you're smooth? You're a 19-year-old zero.
I'm not.
Great.
Right on.
Did you take money from Miss Bird? Did you give Mr. Whitaker money?
Yes, Your Honor. I gave Mr. Whitaker a total amount of $7,100 on 4 different occasions. And when I met Mr. Whitaker, it was at a store. He was driving the car, so I assumed it was his car. And he had told me that he lived in Sacramento. I later found out...
What do you do?
I am a cash control clerk at a local water park.
What did you do before you just got hired at a local water park?
That was my first job, Your Honor.
How old are you?
I'm 18, Your Honor.
And where did you get all this money from?
On May 30th of 2009, me and a friend of mine were hit by a car. We were on a bike and we got hit by a car. We settled the case for $23,000, and after my attorneys
got attorney's services and all the other costs, I was awarded $16,313.80. And I did not physically get the check until December 3rd of last year.
How did the charming Mr. Whitaker know about this money?
He did not know about the money until the day I was going to go to sign the check. And he was at my aunt's house, Miss Ricardo, and I told him that I had to leave, and he had to leave too, so I could go to the lawyer.
What kind of car was he driving?
He did not drive to come see me that day. He took the Greyhound, and my aunt picked him up from the bus station and dropped him off at the bus station.
You must have liked her, Mr. Whitaker, if you came by bus to her house.
Yeah, naturally.
You must have liked her.
Yes, ma'am.
And you must have made arrangements for him to come there by Greyhound. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Why did you have to go the day that he arrived to pick up this check?
Because I had already made an appointment with my lawyer.
Why didn't you tell Mr. Whitaker, don't come down that day? I made an appointment with my lawyer.
I'm not sure.
Now, I didn't say to you, you have an appointment with a lawyer? What do you have an appointment with a lawyer for?
He did.
And what did you tell him?
That I had gotten hit by a car and I was going to get my check for my settlement.
And that was the first time he knew about it?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had you been going out at that time?
I'd say about 3 months.
And how far away did you live from each other?
I'd say about 80 miles.
Now, show me where you deposited your check into your bank account.
I didn't actually deposit that much money in a bank account.
What'd you do with it?
I had split it up into a savings account.
That's okay. Show me. I want to see deposits on December 2nd, 2010. Within a couple of days from that, because then you say that he came and took money from you that you drew out at $2,000 intervals. I just want to see where you deposited $16,313. Now I want you to tell me about Prince Charming over here.
Okay. He had asked me for the money on the 3rd. I told him that the check had to wait to clear, so I called him when the check did clear, which was on December 10th. December 10th is when he came down here on a Greyhound, and he stayed for the 10th and the 11th. Those 2 days, I gave him $2,000 on each day, because the bank would only allow me to take so much out.
What do you want the money for?
He said he wanted the money so he could buy a car, and he was also going to get me a car from his uncle.
His uncle? You mean his street uncle?
Yeah, his street uncle.
Street uncle, right? Is that what you told me earlier? Mr. Whitaker, is that what you told me before?
You got it on tape.
The street uncle, the same one that you bought the 1991 Buick from. Am I keeping you awake, sir?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
And he says, I asked him, he said NAW, N-A-W. Which actually, you know, if you wrote no, it would have been less letters.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Desiree Bird says ex-boyfriend Trayvon Whitaker owes for a loan to purchase a car. Trayvon claims he never received any money from Desiree.
Now, you say that you gave him a total of $7,000.
Yes.
And he was supposed to buy you a car as well as buy a car for him?
Yes.
Now, I didn't hear anything about a loan.
Well, he asked me for the money, and he said he would pay me back.
What was he supposed to?
Every paycheck.
He wasn't working.
He lied. He had a job at his uncle's restaurant.
What was he doing for his uncle?
He was taking orders.
Okay. Now, he was supposed to buy you a car.
Yes.
What kind of car was he supposed to buy you?
He sent me a picture of the car.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
Okay.
I want it. Do you think he would hold it for me? Is that what you wrote him?
Yes.
Well, I see he... It doesn't work anymore.
I could change the settings so it won't go blank. Sorry.
I just recently replaced my rotary phone with a digital. I'm just curious, who picks the names?
Like what, his contact name?
Yes.
Oh, I did that out of anger, Your Honor.
So you wrote this name?
Yes, I wrote that as his name.
Well, why did you do it out of anger? You say, me, I want it. You don't think he would hold it for me? And he answered this name that you gave him. And he says, I asked him, he said, Naw, N-A-W. Which actually, you know, if you wrote no, it would have been less letters. Do you understand? And English. Okay. Now, why do you think, Mr. Whitaker, because it's really a relatively simple issue, Miss Bird says that she gave you money. Some of the money was for a hold on a car. I still didn't see the picture of the car, Bird. I don't know how to get that picture.
Bring up the car again.
Yes, sir.
A car for you and a car for her from your street uncle. Now, she looks like a nice young lady. So the issue is, you say you didn't get any money from Miss Bird, which means that she would have to be really psychotic, which means that she took, on 3 different days, which she has memorialized from her bank records, $6,000 out of her bank. So either you're lying or she's lying.
I don't really matter. Just show me my signature where I said, you feel me, I received money, and show me my signature where I said I was going to give it back on no loan or anything.
No. I'm not saying whether it was a loan, Mr. Whitaker.
No, I'm saying give me...
There's no paper. Listen to me. There's no paper.
Then what else we got?
That's not the issue. The issue isn't whether it was a loan or a gift.
Hey, I'm not talking about that issue. I'm talking about first where I received it. Show me
But
that.
that's all I'm saying. So either she's lying that she gave you the money, handed it over to you, whether it was a loan or a gift, which is something entirely different, whether it was a loan or a gift. But you're saying she never handed you any money, correct?
Yes.
So could you explain to me what you believe her motivation for saying she gave you, somebody who has a marginal job, very little income? I mean, she could pick somebody else that she gave money to. You know, she could say she gave money to Petrie Hawkins Bird. He makes a good living, right? Why would she pick somebody who makes no living to say, I turned over money to them?
You said why?
Why?
Why are you going to ask me what's she going to do?
No, I'm asking you, what would be her motive? If she was going to pick on somebody, let her pick on somebody who has money. She picks on you, you have nothing.
I don't know.
So you think she must be crazy, right?
Maybe.
You think she's crazy?
Maybe. All I know is I ain't signed nothing, and I don't got it.
You don't what?
I didn't sign nothing. I don't know nothing.
No, I didn't ask you whether you signed anything. I know you don't know anything. I didn't ask you if you signed anything. You don't have to sign anything. That's how I make my living. If people signed things, I wouldn't have a job. Then it would be easy. I would say, you signed this, you owe the money.
All right, let me ask you this then.
You don't sign anything.
She just said that she texted me saying that my uncle had a car for her, right? And I was supposed to get the car for her. If you check the date on what she talking about, it's supposedly the date that she was supposed to give me the money, it was way after that. So if I was supposed to go get her the car, why didn't I just go grab the car right there? Why would she say, would he hold it for me? Am I right?
Just a second, Mr. Whitaker. Your question actually is a very valid one, and I'm going to ask her that question. Now, Ms. Bird, I read your complaint, and your complaint says that you gave him money on December's 10, 11, and 13.
And the 1st of January. And the 3rd of January.
Just a second, but I want you to read the date of the email that I just read when you said to him, won't he hold it for me?
Okay.
Which is a very good question, Mr. Whitaker. Why would he have to hold it if you had already given the money for it, right? That's really your question. Why are you looking over there? I'm agreeing with you. You should look happier.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Your Honor, before I gave him the money,
look at the email and give me the date of the email that you are asking the question, won't your uncle hold the car for me? I just read it. Somewhere around December 27th.
December 19th.
December 19th, which was after you had already given him the money.
Exactly.
Well, then why would you ask that question, Miss Bird? Won't he hold the car for me?
Because I was out of town, Your Honor. I was in L.A. visiting my mom for Christmas. I had left Sacramento on the 17th of December. I did not get back to Sacramento until the 2nd of January.
But he had the money already. Why wouldn't he just give him the money? And say it. And say, yeah, go ahead. According to you, he had the money already. Go ahead.
I don't know if she showed you or not. Another text message where she's saying she only got this amount of money in her bank and she talking about buying the car herself. And she's like, well, I have $1,500 right now, but it's down here and I can't get to it. You feel me? So she didn't show you that, though.
There is
or
no
she was talking about buying the car herself with her money the whole time. So that's all irrelevant information what she's showing you right now, too.
Your Honor.
So she just caught herself up.
Mr. Whitaker, if you would try to speak clearly so I could understand you.
All right.
Because I have a feeling that you're saying something to me that may be valid.
The point I just proved when she's saying she gave me the money on this date, but then she's saying, will he hold the car for me? But I'm supposed to already have the money. But then this other text messages in there saying, because I remember the whole conversation with her saying, I only have this amount of money in my bank right now, and I'll try to get it. And will he hold it for me till I get back? But she didn't show you them text messages, though. She cut that off. You feel me? But it's all good. I'm not tripping. That's off the record. You feel me? But
No, it's not. We're not tripping. We're not tripping.
Your Honor, I have pictures of him holding the money. He posted it on Facebook, and he posted a post on Facebook the same day I withdrew the money on the toilet counting stacks. I'm blessed, and you can see that's my finger in the picture. I took this picture.
But I thought I wasn't driving. I was on Greyhound, remember?
No, that was the 13th. No. This is the 13th when you drove out there.
How many pictures I can show you with me holding stacks?
Hey.
What?
What? Talk to her. You don't talk to her. Do you understand?
I respect that.
Okay, do that.
Would you show those pictures to him, please, Officer Bird?
I put the pictures up there. I don't need to see them. Oh, yeah. I don't. I mean, I could show you plenty of pictures of me holding money. That's not the problem. Plenty of me in the pictures with other people holding money. That don't prove nothing.
On December 13th, did you post this?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
You want to read it out loud?
On the toilet count stacks, God, I'm blessed. Now, Desiree Bird just gave me $2,000. Look at me. You feel me?
Well, so how much did she give you, sir? Did she give you 2,000 or 6,000?
I'm taking pictures.
Just a second. From where?
From
did
where?
you get $2,000?
That's undisclosed. I didn't get it from her.
No. Did you make it at Applebee's?
I made it everywhere.
Excuse me?
Everywhere. From different stuff. I saved my money.
Just curious.
This is Tomlin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Mr. Green, you and the defendant lived together for a period of time, broke up, she moved out.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it is your claim that she came back sometime later and took several items from the house that belonged to you. One was your cat, and the other is some jewelry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defendant says that the cat really belonged to both of you, but was more attached to her. And as far as the jewelry is concerned, her answer is sort of, she took it.
Well,
so let me get some dates from you. When did you start to live together?
Well, this is probably like back in '99.
And when was the cat purchased?
July 2000.
Did you purchase it from somebody?
Yes, I purchased from a good friend of mine. I have the receipt showing that I purchased the cat.
What kind of cat was it?
Snowshoe cat.
Snowshoe cat?
Yes, ma'am.
Heard of it. Is that a pedigree cat?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Well, I have a picture too, Your Honor, of the cat.
Could I see it?
And on the back of the picture, Your Honor, if you would take a look, the defendant wrote some very disturbing things to me when she stole the cat from me.
Okay, so now I see the cat. When did the two of you separate?
November 2001, we separated.
Okay, is that when you moved out?
Mm-hmm.
Was it just the two of you living together?
I sent out 2 children.
You have 2 children together?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are the two children?
2 and 3 years old.
And you took the children with you?
At the time, yeah.
Where are they now?
Right now, they're with a babysitter.
But I take care of them, they live with me.
The children do live with him.
They live with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is that by court order?
No, ma'am.
That was by agreement of the two of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when did you take the cat?
The beginning of January. When
Why?
I came back to get my things. The main reason for me leaving in the first place is because I found out he was cheating on me.
Okay.
So when I came...
But you came back in January.
And I got my
Excuse me,
things.
Your Honor. That's not true. I wasn't cheating on her. It was a rumor that her friends
No.
spread to her.
No.
Okay, I'm not going there.
Okay.
I'm talking about the cat.
Right.
You came back in January. You had not taken the cat in November.
No.
So you came back in January. Why did you take the cat in January?
When I came back in January, I got all of my things. I picked up all of my things and everything. I just felt the cat would be better off with me.
Excuse me, Your Honor. May I say something? Before we even started, dating, I had another cat, and my cat passed away. I bought this cat, and, it took a lot of pressure off of me from my first cat being deceased. And it meant a lot to me sentimentally. And I don't understand why this woman would take my cat from my house.
She took the cat because she was angry.
I understand that, but she...
How's that? She took the cat because she was angry.
Your Honor, I have some letters that the defendant was writing me, threatening me about my cat.
Let me say that.
And things that she took from me.
I'm not going to get to the other things until I finish with the cat.
Okay.
Do you understand? One thing at a time. You were very angry.
Excuse me.
Shh. All right. Now let's get to the jewelry. When you came back in January, you took some jewelry that belonged to him. Tell me what you took.
It was a chain with a pendant and a Rolex watch. It was in a box.
And the Rolex watch belonged to?
Nathaniel.
Where did Nathaniel get the Rolex watch from?
He says from his father.
Why did you take the jewelry? For the same reason you took two?
At the time that I took the box and everything, I was angry. I didn't care about how he felt or anything because...
Well, you wanted him to feel badly.
Yeah.
Listen to me. You have two children together. Do you visit your children?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so you see them regularly? What's supposed to happen is that when a relationship doesn't work out, I don't care how long it is, in this case it's since 1999, you're not supposed to go through hating. You're supposed to say, it didn't work out, terrible, he hurt me, he violated me, but I have two children with him, and I want to have a reasonable relationship with him just for the sake of the children. So I don't want to do anything that's going to, long-term, continue this hate. Do you understand?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Mr. Green, you feel as if you need a cathartic experience here. Is there anything else you want to say to me?
Yes, as far as my Rolex watch, my father had left it to me. He had passed away, and it was real sentimental to me. And this woman, she hurt me. I really do still love this woman because we have kids and I want to work it out, but I can never trust her again. I don't even think she has my stuff anymore.
She has your stuff.
I have the cat.
Where's the other stuff?
I pawned it.
Where?
MCDs, I think it's called.
When did you pawn it?
February.
When does the ticket expire?
I'm not sure.
I'm never going to see my stuff again, Your Honor. I'm never.
I'm really not sure.
Well, didn't you think you should find that out before you came here today? How much did you pawn it for?
The watch was $4,000. The chain was $1,900, I think.
And what'd you do with the money?
Well, right now, like I said, I'm in between places. That's why the children are with him, so...
She has no stable life, Your Honor.
No, I don't, honestly.
Well, I'm asking you, what did you do with the money?
At that point, I bought some things.
She's a liar,
I was
Your
staying
Honor.
with someone,
She's a
so
liar.
I gave my sister some money also.
Listen, let me tell you this, Mr. Green. Your lawsuit seeks $2,600 from Ms. Tomlin. That's
Right.
what you're suing her for.
Right, ma'am.
Okay, that has nothing to do with the cat, because you're talking about the jewelry. She got a lot more for the jewelry. Now, I don't know whether she can get it back. I'm not sure how long these pawn tickets are good for. Whether they're good for 30 days or 60 days
I've been
or
trying to
90
get my
days.
jewelry back all this time, Your
Well,
Honor.
she made a very, very bad mistake.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And later today,
Did you ever take her out for dinner?
No, not really. I ain't spend no big money on her.
I'm not talking about big money. I'm asking you, went on a date. Did you pay?
Not really, because she wanted to pay for everything. She wanted to pay for everything, you know.
All right, listen, you must be absolutely wonderful.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Nathaniel Green says ex-girlfriend Takai Tomlin stole his jewelry and his cat named Tu. Takai says she only took what she was entitled to.
You have to start to be smart, Mr. Green. I said it to her. I don't know if she's accepting it, but you have to be smart. Right now you have your 2 children living with you. They have a mother. The mother sees the children. I don't know whether this relationship will come together again. It may. In the meantime, she has to do the right thing. Give you back your cat, do you understand? And give you back your jewelry. Miss Tomlin, do you understand?
Yes.
And then you will not be so angry with her. She may still continue to be angry at you, but she will be able to see her children with a lighter heart. You're not supposed to continue to dredge up the past.
I tried working with her. I tried working with her. I tried getting back my stuff for a matter of time.
Sorry, Mr. Green. I really thought I could get at least your father's watch back for you. But if she sold it, there's nothing I can do for you except give you the judgment that you're requesting and suggest to you that she did the wrong thing. I think that at this point, at least I hope she knows she did the wrong thing. In the scheme of things, I know that you're hurt because you don't have your stuff, but you have the most important possessions, and that's your 2 children. Do you understand?
Right. Your Honor, how am I sure that I'm getting my cat back, Your Honor?
I will prepare an order that you get your cat back, and you can use a sheriff or a marshal to ensure
I've
that
I've been trying to be nice to this woman, work with this woman, and she know that how I feel about my cat.
Mr. Green, all I can do is prepare an order. If she refuses to give you the cat, I think it's a big mistake because you have custody of your 2 children. If she wants to continue to be able to enjoy a reasonable flow of visitation with the children, with the person who has custody, that's their father, then what she's supposed to do is do the right thing. You did the wrong thing with regard to the jewelry. Now you better do the right thing with regard to the cat so that he doesn't have to go and get a marshal to enforce the order. Do you understand, Miss Tomlin? He has physical custody and takes care of the most precious things that the 2 of you have together, and that's your children. Not the cat, and not the Rolex, and not the chain and pendant. So you're supposed to do the right thing, not the wrong thing. Grow up. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested in your suit, $2,600. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
My father's watch and my cat, she knew how I really felt about it, and she really wanted to hurt me, and she succeeded.
Now knowing I have a conscience and I feel bad that I hurt him. It's too bad he didn't feel that way about me.
She said if I keep on calling her trying to get my stuff back, I wouldn't get my stuff back, and I found my cat in the pet cemetery.
Everything I wrote and said, I did out of anger.
When you have kids, try to work things out, you know, because you're hurting the kids in the long run.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Johnson versus White. Step forward, please.
23-year-old accounting clerk Kendra Johnson is suing her ex-boyfriend, truck driver DeBario White, for unpaid loans and for the cost of a tuxedo rental.
Miss Johnson, you and the defendant were dating for a while. According to your complaint, you say he owes you for 3 things. First, he owes you for a $100 loan that you made so that he could turn on his cell phone. Then you claimed that you invited him to be your escort to a wedding, and he owes you for the tux. And the final thing, I believe, was a Visa bill for a restaurant. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. And also, there were some shoes that were purchased as well. I have receipts for those.
Shoes for the tuxedo?
No, shoes for his children.
Okay. Mr. White says that he owes you for absolutely nothing. You paid for these things for a variety of reasons. Is that right?
Everything was gifts, correct.
So let's start with the first loan that you claim you made to Mr. White. When was that?
Last year, around middle summer, end of summer, 2000.
Middle summer, end of summer. I need a date.
August.
No, don't guess and tell me. Think.
It was in August. I don't remember which exact day.
And how long had you been dating him when you made this loan?
I had just met him, maybe 2 months I'd been dating, if that.
And why did he need money?
Well, he said that he needed the money to turn on his cell phone so I can get in touch with him. He had no other form of contact for me to call him. He lived with his parents at first, then his brother, which he claimed that I was not allowed to call there, living with family. There were other children, his brother's children. So, no other form of contact. Can you help me? Fine. If I'm supposed to be in a relationship with you and I care about you, that's something I'm going to do to help you.
So what did he say? You gave me a whole story. What did he say? I don't have a cell phone? Well, my cell phone was turned off?
My cell phone got turned off. I later found out it was in his sister's name.
He said, my cell phone got turned off and?
I need money to pay to turn it back on.
And you said okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you gave him the money?
Yes, I gave him the money.
Good. That was in August?
Yes.
Is that right?
No, that's not, Your Honor.
Well, so tell me your version of the events. Well, you couldn't be much worse than hers.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything about a loan.
I met this woman at work. We worked together for quite some time at NIH, and she had a crush on me, okay?
Listen.
So...
Mr. White, I want you to listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
Cell phone.
Right.
Let's get to the cell phone.
Mm-hmm. My cell phone did get cut off, and she was complaining that she wasn't able to talk to me. You know, I was like, well, I got a lot of bills right now. You know, I don't have time to turn my cell phone on. She said, I'll give you the money. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. You know, later on, you know.
So she gave you the $100?
She gave me the $100, correct.
And you turned on your cell phone?
I turned the cell phone on.
That sounds right. Right?
No, ma'am, he did not turn the cell phone on.
He didn't?
There was more money that was owed on the cell phone.
So he didn't turn the cell phone on?
No, he did not.
Well, in that case, she must have knew my bill then, right? I mean, she gave me the money. She just gave me $100. How she know it was more money owed on the bill?
Did you turn your cell phone on?
Yes, I did.
I mean, around the time that she gave you the money?
Yes, I did.
And were you able to contact him?
No, ma'am, not by that cell phone. By other phone numbers, family's phone numbers,
Well,
et
this
cetera.
was in August that you gave him the $100. You didn't do what he was supposed to do with the $100. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kendra Johnson claims ex-boyfriend DeBario White owes for unpaid loans and for a tuxedo rental.
Now, when did you invite him to participate with you in this wedding?
October 20th.
So after he misled you in August and September, then you said to him, would you go to a wedding with me?
Yes.
Smart.
I was still dating him at the time, so it's...
Listen, that's your choice. Did you ever say to him, where's the $100? Where's the cell phone?
I did. He said, well, I'm in and out, you know, job here, job there. I promise I'll pay you back. We're in a relationship. I'm good for it.
I don't believe he said that to you, Miss Johnson, at all.
No, I didn't.
Miss Johnson, I don't believe he said that to you at all.
No.
I'm watching your face. I'm a real good judge of that.
That's right.
Okay. I don't need your validation, sir.
Okay.
Now let's get to the tuxedo. You were invited to a wedding in October. You asked him to be your escort. He needed a tuxedo. Tell me about it.
Originally, he went with me to get fitted for the tux.
You invited him to be your date.
That's
and he
correct.
said what?
He would.
Good. So you went for the tux.
I put the down payment for the tux, which was $30 to be fitted.
Right.
Later on, I had spoke with him here and there. We didn't get to the rehearsal. He didn't know what was going on. The day of the wedding, I called him. He called me, said that he needed to get a hair shape up and that he would be able to meet me. I picked him up. He says, I don't have the tux yet. I said, well, the wedding's in 20 minutes. It's closer to him than from me. He said, well, I don't have any money. I have no way to pick up the tux. If you want me to be in the wedding, you need to buy the tux.
So you did?
I did.
Good.
Later on.
Did you dance with him at the wedding?
We didn't get to be in it because he was late since he had to get his hair cut. I never got to walk. I never got to be in it at all. I was there when they were walking out.
Now, Miss Johnson, my next question is, when was the visa bill that you claim he signed for when you went out for dinner? Was that before the tux or after the tux?
That was before the tux.
Before the tux. So that was in September?
The date's on the receipt.
It
I
was
don't
much
have the receipt?
earlier than that.
I have it, ma'am.
Can I see it?
Sure.
That was like our first date that she took me out on. She paid for
It's September
dinner.
6, 2001.
9/6.
Those are other
Okay.
receipts as well.
September 6th. So tell me about September 6th.
There was a place called the Oasis in Silver Spring, Maryland. Somewhere he had been with family. He said it was a really nice place. You can dance. There's comedy. There's, you know, you can sit down and have something to eat. Never been there before. He took me there. We danced a little bit. We had something to eat. We talked. We mingled. There was another party or something. I met some people. And later they give me the receipt for the food purchased. And I'm looking at this as, I didn't sign this. That's not my signature. Apparently he signed my signature.
So?
It's against the law. You can't do that.
So, if it's against the law, either you say that I'm giving back my credit card because I didn't authorize payment for this. You don't invite him to be your date for a wedding a month later.
That's correct. However,
Well, you did.
When they handed me the receipt, when you go out to eat, I had like a little handbag, you know, something you carry when you go out. I immediately just put the receipt in my bag because you know, not knowing to look at it. And then later on, I went through all my receipts and I kept them just in case I needed it.
Your Honor, she told me to go up and pay for the bill. She gave me the credit card. I signed her name and everything. That's not, you know, against the law. She gave me permission when we
I
sat
didn't
down.
say it was against the law. Miss Johnson is grasping at straws.
Right. You know, she told me to go and pay for
I
the
don't
bill.
need your validation. I also don't want to hear your voice because it sounds to me as if you were taking financial advantage of this lady. Did you ever take her out for dinner?
No, not really. I wasn't.
No, not really. So you never took her out for dinner. Did you ever give her any money?
On occasion.
Give me an example.
You know, money here and there when we go out. You
Like
know,
what?
You know, as far as like drinks or something, if we go out dancing or something like that. But no, not really. You know, I ain't spend no big money on her.
I'm not talking about big money. I'm asking you went out on a date. Did you pay?
Not really, because she wanted to pay for everything. She wanted to pay for everything, you know.
Okay. All right, listen, you must be absolutely wonderful. Miss Johnson, these were not loans, madam. You didn't make any loans to him. And if you came here and said he signed a credit card and it was an unauthorized use of my credit card and I never saw him again because he's an untrustworthy bum, then I would say to you, oh, maybe you got a case. But you give him $100. Listen to what you did. You give him $100 to turn on his cell phone. He doesn't turn on his cell phone. Then you go out for dinner together. According to you, if I was to believe what you're telling me, he went into your pocketbook, took your credit card. When you were someplace else, he paid the bill with your credit card. You got the receipt, right? Realized that he had forged your name to a bill, right? What did you do? Call the police? Tell him to take a walk? No. You invite him to go to a wedding with you. Then, the last minute, you go to have a fitting for the tuxedo. You put down the $30 for the tuxedo. Not him, you. And then you wonder why Mr. Irresponsible over here wasn't ready to go to the wedding. I mean, the wedding's in 2 minutes, and then he says...
Of Lockhart versus Schaefer. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats. You're welcome, Judge.
Miss Lockhart, you and the defendant were in a relationship, and I gather leased an apartment together. There came a time when you claimed that he threw you out of the apartment and kept some property that belonged to you. In addition to that, you claim that he has been engaging in a course of harassment against you, and you want to be compensated for that as well. Mr. Schaefer says, totally untrue, you moved out on your own. He is counterclaiming for half of the rent for the months that were remaining on the lease after you left, and that the items that you claim belong to you were actually jointly purchased. So, tell me when you leased this apartment and how long was the lease? Questions are going to get harder.
Okay. According to his countersuit, he put August 5th. I honestly don't remember the date that we signed the lease.
When did you sign the lease? When was it to begin?
August 5th.
Of
02.
Are you still in the apartment, sir?
Yes.
Do you plan on staying there?
Yes.
Okay. When did you move out of the apartment?
On November 17th, I went to work and got off at 6. At 6 o'clock, we had a store meeting. After the store meeting, some coworkers and
I know you have this in your mind.
Okay.
But we're going to have to do this my way.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Good. You moved out on November 17th?
He kicked me out. I came home and all my belongings were outside on the lawn.
When you say all your belongings, were they packed in suitcases? Were they packed in garbage bags? Were they just thrown out?
They were piled up. There were a couple of chairs and a set of TV trays. The mattress to my bed was in the doorway, like propping it open permanently. The bed springs and the frame of the bed were still in the house. They were in the living room, along with my clothes and...
Where were your clothes?
Just thrown in a heap, like they had been ripped out of drawers and out of the closet, along with different items like tapestries and pictures off of the wall.
Okay. What was the hissy fit about, Mr. Schaefer?
I believe that I had caught Jessie with another man.
What do you mean you believe? Either you did or you didn't?
Well, she received a ride home from a gentleman that evening, and they were in the vehicle together when they arrived at the apartment.
Yes. So somebody was in a car with her?
Yes. Someone that she had priorly explained to me that she had maybe feelings for.
Is that what caused this hissy fit?
Yes.
So what did you do with her clothes?
I didn't do anything with her clothes. I left them in the closet and in the drawers. I may have moved a few items to the front of the apartment, but...
What do you mean may have moved, Mr. Schaefer? Let's get it buttoned down, sir.
I moved a few of her things.
What did you move?
Her bed frame.
And where did you move the bed to?
Just to the front of the apartment.
And what about the TV trays?
I may have set a TV tray outside.
Outside where?
In the front porch.
And what was that supposed to connote to her?
Just a message that unfaithfulness is just not, you know, it shouldn't be a part of a relationship, and if she wanted to be that way, she needed to remove her things. Just leave.
So what you said to her was, if you have any feelings for this other person, I want you out of the apartment.
Yes,
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. So then I don't have to entertain your counterclaim. You threw her out. You threw her out. That doesn't necessarily mean she has to leave. She could stay. You might not be happy with her staying under those circumstances, but she's entitled to stay. You threw her out. You took a bed, you threw it out. You took things, you threw it out. And you said to me, what I told her was, I'm not going to tolerate that. You want to have a relationship with somebody else, get out. So you threw her out. Counterclaim is dismissed. Now we can deal with your claim. Perfect. What items do you claim that he retained that belonged to you?
From the next day, I went back to the apartment because I still hadn't even gotten my cell phone out of it. From that point up until right before Thanksgiving, I was in and out of the apartment with the aid of my friend Jamie and my parents to remove my items. Never was my PlayStation 2 or 8 of my games there. And those... Okay, sorry. I have a loud voice. I apologize.
No, you just are droning on. I said to you, what items do you claim are in the house?
Those are the items.
PlayStation, you know, you gave me a whole story.
Okay.
It's not necessary to give me a whole story unless I need a story.
I'm sorry.
PlayStation and games. Now, Mr. Schaefer, I've read your answer very clearly, and you said that the only property you retained was purchased jointly.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
But then you go on to say, the next sentence of your answer says, purchased the games together. It doesn't say we purchased the PlayStation together. Now, were you being careful with your language, sir?
Yes.
Good. So the PlayStation belonged to her because she bought it?
Yes.
You didn't think I'd notice?
No,
you were hoping for the best. Fine. PlayStation goes back to Miss Lockhart, Mr. Schaefer. Now, is it a fair statement that two of you jointly purchased the games to play on the PlayStation?
Well, for all intents and purposes, we can say that, but I can't swear that he bought any of them because I don't believe he did.
You buy some?
Yes.
How many did you buy?
Probably about 3 or 4.
And how many do you have? 8?
No, I only have 7 that she's listed.
Okay. So if you bought 3 or 4, let's say you bought 3 and you returned 4 to her, sir, unless you want to be a sport and return all 7 since you don't have the PlayStation anymore. Right? Mm-hmm. So anywhere from 4 games to 7 games, you're going to return to her. We'll see what kind of a guy you are. Now, you want to pursue this issue of harassment?
Yes, please.
Well, is it true, Mr. Schaefer, that for a period of time after Miss Lockhart left, you were annoying her?
That was only after she returned to the apartment twice, once asking me for a ride home from work after we had split up, and we spent some evenings together. So I was a little bit confused as to her intentions.
When was that?
2 or 2.5 weeks after the break.
According to you, there were emails, a whole bunch of them. Mm-hmm. When were they?
On December 22nd, he emailed me 422 times with things such as, Jesse, are you getting a new for Christmas?
I didn't ask you to read them.
The numbers that I've circled on each of those pages are how many times that particular email was sent to me. One was sent 171 times in a row. Others were sent just once.
They were all sent on the same day.
Yes, they were.
December 22nd, December 23rd, he was having a bad day.
That wasn't the only bad day, Your Honor.
You were having a bad day, Mr. Schaefer?
Yes, ma'am.
I got it.
Could we talk
Ms.
about some of
Lockhart,
the other bad days he's had?
What are other bad days?
One of the bad days, he followed me from my work to the gas station and tried to run us off the road she was driving. Another bad day, he called my cell phone 71 times in a period of 4 hours.
What was that, before or after you spent an evening with him?
This would have had to have occurred after I'd gotten a ride home from him.
When you got a ride home from him, tell me about it.
I don't know which job I was working at, but the person who I was working with was unable to take me home, and I wasn't able to get a hold of Jamie, who was the girl I was living with. And I called other people and only got voicemail, so I asked him to give me a ride home.
You work in the same store?
No, we do not.
So you had to call him at his place of business?
Actually, I think I called him at his house.
Mm-hmm.
What had happened is we went a few days without speaking after I moved my things out, and we were trying to reconcile it. Understand, I've been with him for over 2 years at that point, so even though he did do all this to me, I didn't know where my emotions were. And I thought, you know, if you want to be grown up about this, this is a good opportunity for us to talk. And we went back to his house, we talked for a while, and then she came and picked me up from his apartment, our old apartment.
You can't send out mixed messages, Miss Lockhart.
I'm sorry.
But you know you did.
I'm paying for them.
You sent out mixed messages. You can't send out mixed messages. Mr. Schaefer, you're going to leave her alone?
Yes.
You have a restraining order in place now?
Yes.
Have there been any further contacts?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I still get calls and hang-ups, and I've called him. I believe it's him, because I don't know of anyone else who calls me and hangs up repeatedly.
So you called him for what?
I called back the number and left a message saying, I will get my phone tapped, and then the police will only have to look to see if it was you that was calling, and then you will have gone against your restraining order and will be put in jail. He still follows me to our neighborhood bar, which is supposed to stay at least 500 feet away from me. And he goes to conveniently the same gas station in our neighborhood, things like that. He text messages all of my friends with stuff about me, and they'll just have to individually get their own restraining orders.
Mr. Schaefer, if any of what she says is true, which is difficult to prove here,
right,
I'm going to suggest to you that you got to put a period and move on. If you feel sad one day and you have a couple of drinks at home, you decide to pick up the phone or to go over to your computer and memorialize any of your feelings and these things, it's counterproductive. It didn't work out. It's finito. Over. And all you have to return is the PlayStation.
Okay.
And between 4 and 7 games. And stay out of her life.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't send him any mixed messages. If you need a ride home, call a cab. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right? Mixed messages are very bad. Men don't understand mixed messages. They understand clear. This is wood. This they understand. They don't understand soft stuff, Miss Lockhart. Do I make myself clear? Good. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
He's put me through hell.
Spitefulness or vengefulness.
He's been a complete jack.
You know, it wasn't a bad deal when we were together.
He says that he knows that I was gallivanting with another man.
Things went sour, and unfortunately, this is where it ended up.
I hate men.
And now the next case.
All party to the matter of Eldridge versus Eldridge. Step forward, please.
Truck driver Johnny Eldridge is suing his brother, Tommy Eldridge, for an electric bill. Tommy is countersuing for non-payment of services rendered.
Mr. Eldridge, the defendant is your brother, and according to your complaint, you made a loan to him for an electric bill, a couple of $100s. He refuses to pay you back. Your brother says it was really a helping hand, there was never a loan, and he is counterclaiming because he said he did a whole lot of work for you around the house for which he was never compensated. Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you pay this electric bill for him?
September 14th.
Why?
I feel sorry for him.
Tell me how it came about that you even knew he had this electric bill problem.
Well, out of my father's house the day before, on the 13th.
You were at your father's house?
Yes.
The two of you?
Yes. And that afternoon, I get home, and he's called, wanted to borrow money to pay his electric bill. And I said, I don't know.
Well, what did he say to you?
He said his girlfriend has left him, so he has no money.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You erected a fence on each side of the backyard.
With his help.
Then you did brakes for a truck.
I'll sit down to do that.
You're a hustler, Mr. Eldridge.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Johnny Eldridge says his brother, Tommy Eldridge, owes for a loan to pay his electric bill. Tommy says the money became an issue when he refused to rent a hotel room for his brother and his mistress.
Go ahead.
So that next day, I called him up and said, Tom, I'll pay your electric bill for you. So when can I have the money back? He says, I'll give it back to you when my mother-in-law gets back from the coast.
When his mother-in-law gets back?
Or no, his girlfriend's mother, because she owed him some money.
All right. When his girlfriend's mother straightens up, he'll get straightened up and he'll give you back your money.
Right. And then I gave him the money, gave him a check.
How much did you give him?
$257.33.
Okay.
And then he says, I'll pay you back within a week. A week went by, I called him up, how's everything going, Tom? Didn't have nothing to say to me. So I showed up out at his house a month later and said, Tom, what's the problem? Can you not pay me? He goes, no, I don't have no money. I don't have no money to pay you. So I said, well, can you not call me and tell me that you got problems?
I called him all the time.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. True, he gave me the money. He called me and asked me if I wanted the money. And I don't borrow money. I'm 44 years old. I don't borrow money from nobody. Parents, him, sister, brother, it don't matter.
So just a second. So he called you.
He knew. Yes, ma'am.
So he called you and said, I want to give you this money? Is that
Yes,
what you're
ma'am.
telling me?
Yes, ma'am. I've had 19 surgeries since May 1st of 2002. And I'm disabled, can't work. He called me. My fiance, works her tail off to make ends meet. We have 3 kids. He calls and asks me if I need to borrow money for my electric bill. He calls me.
Oh, just a second. How did he know that you needed money for your electric
Because
bill?
I'm not working. And knowing that she's just a waitress, and I've got 3 boys.
I do
Mr.
that
Eldridge.
all the time.
What?
I do that all the time. I call everybody to see if they need money. I got so much money, see.
You're being facetious. I was.
That's what he thinks.
No, listen, Mr. Eldridge. What you said to me doesn't make sense, sir. It doesn't make sense that somebody calls you up and said, by the way, do you need money to pay your electric bill? If you said to me, my brother called me and said, listen, I know you're having hard times now. Is there anything that I can do to help? And you said, well, you could help me out with my electric bill. That sounds normal. But when you say to me, he called you up and said, listen, I want to help you out by paying your electric bill, that doesn't make sense, Mr. Eldridge.
No, he told me I have some work to do for you. I have a whole list of stuff at work I've done for him that we agree on a price. We would not be here in this courtroom today. On October 8th, he calls me and asks me if I would go to Holiday Inn in Weatherford and get a motel room for him and a girl. He's got a beautiful wife that he's been married for 10 years to. And I told him I would not do that. The next morning, he come beating on my door and jumped my tail and said, I'll see you in court. Then I get this certified letter. It says, I'm responding to your countersuit. F you. I'll see you in court.
Mr. Eldridge, could we get down to the $257.33 for the electric bill, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now, I listened to what you had to say, and I read your answer. And your answer says, he paid the electric bill in September. I figured we were even because of all the work that you had done for him.
Right.
And then you turn around and counterclaim for $1,020.
Yes, ma'am, I did that because...
Well, $257 here and $1,020 here. How do you write here, I figured we were even, and then turn around and sue him for 4 times as much money?
Because he don't consider all the work I did for his wife, him, on his son's car that he won't take to the shop and have fixed. He calls me to come and have it fixed.
So what?
Well, because I'm not working, and that's what he does.
Mr. Eldridge, did you have an agreement with regard to the projects that you did to the house that you were working for him?
Yes, ma'am. We had a certain price.
Oh, let me see your agreement.
Yes, ma'am. I had a certain price, and he never, ever paid me what we agreed on.
Just a second. I want to see what he agreed on. Are you getting disability, sir?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not. I've been denied twice. I have an attorney.
Did you? Oh, okay. So you applied for disability?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
And when were you injured? In May?
May 1st, 2002.
When did you do all this work for your brother? Before or after that?
During it.
That's why you didn't get disability, Mr. Eldridge?
No, ma'am, it's not.
Well, let's see. You say that during the time that you were seeking disability, that you couldn't work, you erected a fence on each side of the backyard.
With his help.
Hanging a venter hood for an agreed price. Changing a starter in a Camaro. Then you did brakes for a truck.
I'll sit down to do that.
You're a hustler, Mr. Eldridge. You pay your brother back the electric bill, $257.33. Your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Frame. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Mr. Caroselli, according to what I've read in your complaint, you responded to an eBay sale of a jet ski.
Yes, ma'am.
That was placed by Mr. Brain. And you traveled to where he was, you purchased it, and when you got the jet ski home, you had it examined by someone who told you that it was not functioning. It had been immersed in water and it was not usable. You then stopped payment on the check that you gave to Mr. Brain. Mr. Brain subsequently contacted the authorities. You were arrested, and you made an agreement that you would pay out the $1,700 or the $1,800 that you had agreed to pay because it was under threat of going to jail. Now you want that money back, plus punitive damages because you say you still can't use the jet ski. In addition, according to you, Mr. Brame didn't even have title to the jet ski, which he couldn't pass on to you, and you still don't have the title.
That's correct.
Mr. Brame says you're the scam artist. Okay. So, may I see the ad that you answered, please, sir?
Your Honor, I'm not sure if he gave you.
You want to take a look at this and see?
I was just wanting to. I knew how many pages there were, and you don't have them all.
May I see what you have?
Mine are also in color that show the damages pretty well to the jet ski.
Okay. Let me tell you what I see here, Mr. Caroselli, before we get going. According to your complaint, let me see if I can find your exact words. This vehicle I paid over $1,800 for, according to you, quote, was virtually worthless and would cost over $1,800 to bring up to running condition. The eBay notice said the engine was in perfect condition and looked like new. That's what you say. But that's not true, sir. Let's look at the documents that you gave me. The first thing it says here, this item is being sold for a friend.
Yes, ma'am.
So that would have given me cause to pause right away. Why isn't the friend selling it? Why is he selling it? So you knew immediately, based upon this, that he was not the owner. Then you say that it was in like-new condition, looked like new, the engine was new, but that's not what it says, sir. It says, and he clearly says, I've tried to show this thing in the worst and best condition. It was banged up against a dock, doesn't look good. He says, I have not heard the jet ski run. The battery is dead. The engine looks like new and is most likely in perfect condition, but there are no guarantees. That's very different from saying the engine is new.
Yes, ma'am.
What this man is saying to you, to a reasonable person, is, don't buy this jet ski. It's dead. I haven't heard it running. It probably is good. The engine looks good because it's clean, and there are no guarantees. So he sold this to you as is.
Yes, ma'am.
With that in mind, now you can tell me that when you got it home, what did you do?
First thing I did was bring it to a mechanic. And let me just back up by saying we talked about the condition of the jet ski. The body, it was understood it was in physical bad condition. That wasn't in dispute. I wasn't
I know we're not talking about that, sir. Just get over to the next point. The next point I made to you is sold with absolutely no guarantees. That's what he says here, and you purchased it that way. So you got it home, you had it looked at by a mechanic, and the mechanic said it's worthless. So what happened next?
Well, I brought it to the mechanic, and it wasn't that the engine was in bad shape. This apparently was underwater and sunk, which he did not tell me about. That was the basis.
Just a second. He said, I don't know anything about this jet ski. I'm selling it for a friend.
I understand that.
That's what this said.
This was somebody that he knew. He had information about the jet ski. I felt that selling something as is and that he didn't run it was different than knowing that the ski had been turned over and was submerged in water.
Now, do you have any proof that Mr. Brain knew? Stop playing with your paper, sir. It's irritating.
I'm sorry.
Knew that the jet ski had been submerged.
I don't have any personal knowledge of that other than when I opened up the compartment for the seat, the engine compartment was totally clean. It was coming from a friend of his, and he was representing the jet ski.
No. He wasn't representing anything. My question to you is, do you have any proof that he knew that this jet ski had been submerged?
I don't have any personal knowledge of that, ma'am.
That's it. So what did you do?
I stopped payment on the check immediately because I figured he failed. He knew. My feeling was.
I don't care what you felt.
Okay?
I don't care what you want. Your feelings go elsewhere.
Yes,
this is a court.
I called him immediately to say that I'm stopping payment on the check because I brought it to the mechanic the next day. I called him that day and left him a message.
Okay.
And told him that the check was not going to clear. I was putting a stop payment. And what did he want to do? He's lying, Your Honor.
Don't, Mr. Brain, don't speak.
I subsequently got the report from the mechanic.
I don't care what the report says.
And then I sent him an email to say, and I have the email that I sent him, saying, the ski is no good. It was full of water in the engine. You didn't tell me that. What do you want to do to pick it up? And he never responded to that email.
You mean you wanted him to come and pick it up?
I wanted him to contact me. He wasn't contacting me.
Did you say to him, you just said to come and pick it up?
That's what the email said. I wanted to evoke a response because he wasn't returning any of my phone calls.
Just a second. What you said to him in the email was, when are you going to come and pick it up? And how long a drive was it?
About 600 miles.
600 miles.
Yes,
So you wanted him to come and pick up the jet ski?
I was willing to bring it back, but he
Where
was
did
not.
you tell him that in the email?
The email didn't say that. I figured he would now finally call me if he got this email.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
ma'am,
give me
I
a
do.
reasonable answer, sir.
I'm giving you the truth.
No.
I'm telling you
So
what
you
I
lied in here.
I was not totally honest in that. You're correct.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Caroselli says he was scammed on eBay by Mac Brame. Michael claims Mac sold him a jet ski that had been sunk.
You say that the ski can be picked up in Pineville, North Carolina at your convenience. It's about 500 miles away. This is non-negotiable, nor up for debate. That's what you said.
In the email,
okay.
yes.
Okay. Then you found out that he stopped payment on the check.
Yes.
And you contacted the authorities.
He did not.
Shh. What did you do?
First off, he never called me at all.
Okay.
I never got any correspondence in any kind of way as far as him saying...
You got the email.
Right, I got the email. At that point in time, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a clue as to what my recourse should be at that point.
Let me have the name of the person, the name of the friend for whom you were selling the jet ski.
John.
John.
Who's not the owner.
Shh. Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want you to explain to me, Mr. Brame, how it came about that you got this jet ski from John.
He's been a friend for quite some years. He was opening a daycare in a local town. He was needing money. He was asking me to sell various items for him on eBay.
Why didn't he put the items up himself on eBay?
Okay, because on eBay, when you first begin to sell, you don't have any feedback. And feedback's a very important thing when you sell on eBay. It tells everyone out there if you're an honest person or a dishonest person. So when you first start selling, you have a big goose egg beside your name, which means no one knows anything about you. He asked me would I do it.
It doesn't sound like a very good friend to me, sir.
He is a good friend.
No. Good friend is not somebody that uses your good name. What he did was give you an item that caused you trouble.
Oh, it did, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it gave you trouble because either he did not represent to you that it had been a salvaged vehicle.
It wasn't a salvaged vehicle.
And how do you know that, sir?
I have the title in my possession, and it's not a salvaged vehicle.
Submerged.
Okay. Most any jet ski, what knowledge I know of jet skis, and from my seeing people on them, often they're submerged.
I'm not interested in what you think you know about jet skis, so you're not an expert on jet skis.
No, ma'am, I'm not.
I've seen them too. So, did you ever see to it that Mr. Caroselli got clear title to this jet ski?
No, ma'am. I have an email here from Mr. Caroselli when he would not let me come get it. He said the jet ski was gone.
Oh, can I see that,
He no
please?
longer had the jet ski.
Can I see that,
yes,
please?
ma'am.
What'd you do with the jet ski, sir?
I still have it.
Well, why did you tell him that you didn't? You said, sorry, it's gone now.
The state of South Carolina deemed that it was abandoned because he would not respond. I sent a letter to him.
No, but that's not what Mr. Caroselli. What you say
it was sitting at the mechanic. That time it was sitting at the mechanics.
I don't care if it's sitting at the mechanics, sir. Then you say it's at the mechanics. You don't say, sorry, it's gone now.
The state of South Carolina required me to get in touch with the registered owner in reference to the ski because he would not return calls. I couldn't return it to him.
Why don't you just say that here instead of saying it's gone now, Mr.
Still never called me at no
Mr.
point.
Caroselli, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Give
ma'am,
me
I
a
do.
reasonable answer, sir.
I'm giving you the truth.
No.
I'm telling you what
So
I
you
did.
lied in here.
It was I physically.
So you lied in here.
I didn't tell him the whole truth in that response.
You didn't tell him the truth.
He didn't respond at all.
You didn't tell him the truth.
No, I did. I was not totally honest in that. You're correct.
What do you want?
He also lied, and he PayPal'd us. It was an electronic form of payment. He PayPal'd us a $100 deposit for the jet ski to hold it until the next day when he could drive from South Carolina to Kentucky to pick up the jet ski. He informed PayPal that he did not receive the merchandise, so therefore he was able to get PayPal to give him his $100 deposit back because he lied to them and told them that he did not receive the merchandise.
Show me. Did you, in fact, Mr. Caroselli, notify PayPal that you did not receive the merchandise?
I don't recall what I said to PayPal, but they refunded the $100.
He stated...
Just a second, I can read.
Okay.
Well, you did say in here, sir, the reason that you're stopping payment is that the seller has never delivered the goods, nor the title,
That is correct.
Well, he did deliver the goods. You did get the goods.
It was my belief that it wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Okay.
I was disputing the $100 deposit because it was all part of the transaction.
Ultimately, you contacted authorities because
Yes.
that's why he was arrested. Is that right?
That's correct.
And he paid you the money.
He paid me the money over several payments where he agreed with the county attorney to make these payments.
Okay. Now, what did you do with the money?
I gave it to Mr.
Your Honor, the check was made out to him. The sale was with him. He told me he was selling it for a friend who owned it, and when I got contacted by the county attorney, I had not heard one word from him since day one. I got contacted 6 weeks later saying they were coming to arrest me.
Mr. Brame, do you have the ability now, as we stand here today, to transfer title to Mr. Caroselli to this jet ski?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Show me.
This title has already been signed and notarized, which I had showed to Mr. Caroselli the day he came, and it's ready for the new owner's signature to be placed on the back.
When did you show this to him?
The day he was there, I made him a copy of it and gave it to him that day to show him that I indeed had the title and he had all the information.
Is that right, Mr. Caroselli?
He did show me that title.
So if he showed you the title, you were aware of the fact that the owner's name was...
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what you said was you went into the glove compartment of the jet ski and found paperwork. Let me see if I
the
can...
registration.
You said, upon having the jet ski in my possession, I found the registration for the vehicle in the glove compartment. The defendant was not the registered owner. This was never disclosed in the original ad. That may be true, but that's sort of trying to mislead me, sir.
Michael Caroselli says fellow eBay user Mac Brame sold him a damaged jet ski.
So you were aware of the fact when you bought the jet ski that Mr. was the owner, not Mr. Brame.
Yes, I knew that. The point is, after I stopped payment on the check, there was nothing I could do with it anyway. Putting all this aside, I didn't have the title. I had a worthless jet ski. I'm calling him, sending him an email, whether it was fully disclosed or not. He never once got in touch with me, never picked up the phone. I had this thing sitting at the mechanic who I owed money to, and he never got in touch with me one time until I get a letter from a county attorney in the end of August, 6 weeks later, saying, Mr. Brame has now contacted my office. No police report. He never went to the sheriff's department. 6 weeks later, after he's done nothing to contact.
Your Honor, that's not true.
There's no reports in his area. He never made a report.
I don't care whether there's a report or not. You took 11 days to get back to me. This is your email to him. Sorry, it's gone now. Besides, you are not the registered owner anyway to have to claim it. What I'm suggesting to you, Mr. Caroselli, is I don't think you're a scam artist. I think you were really frustrated.
I was.
And you sent him an email, and you said to him in the email that you sent to him, the engine has been underwater, it's got sludge, it's got mud, you misrepresented. You can now come 500 miles and pick it up at the friend in North Carolina. You can come here. This is non-negotiable or up for debate. You can either accept the ski or pick it up and pay to get it back. Call me Monday and let me know what you decide.
And he never called. I used wording
Just a second.
I wanted to elicit a response from him.
He's not a mind reader, sir. He's not Karnak.
He wasn't returning.
You did the wrong thing, Mr. Caroselli.
Your Honor, we did correspond with him. I have a copy of the email where we responded to him. We said at what address and phone number is the jet ski at. We were willing to drive there and pay that $100.
I never received this email.
Just a second.
That's when you responded to us.
This is July 24th. Oh, yeah, you received this email, sir, because the next day you responded. July 24th, they said, at what address and phone number is the jet ski?
Then I misspoke.
Yeah, you misspoke. On the next day, you say you took 11 days to get back to me. Sorry, it's gone now. Mr. Caroselli, unfortunately, sir, you bought yourself an as-is item.
Yes, ma'am.
And here's the title.
Your Honor.
It's signed over to you. It's been paid for.
Yes,
now you have the title.
May I say?
Yes.
It's not even so much the jet ski. I understand with the jet ski, buyer beware and all that. The point is, after all this, the contact with the county attorney. None of this had to happen. This was all inappropriate. For 6 weeks, nothing happens. They don't go to the police. I don't get a call from the Kentucky State Police. I get a call.
Receive this letter.
It's very important.
I got that letter from the county attorney saying that I've defrauded him because I've tried to deprive him of it.
Just a second. So you were contacted?
6 weeks later by the county attorney.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second. So what did you do when you received this?
I called the county attorney immediately to say, this is a civil matter. This is a dispute between two people. He was saying that I wrote him a bad check. This is an insufficient funds issue.
Listen to me, sir. Listen to me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You chose to put him in the position of having to be the active person, the person to go to court and sue you. That was your tactic.
Yes, ma'am.
And whatever emails that went back and forth, some of which I've alluded to
yes, ma'am.
here, he chose to call the county attorney and to say, listen, he now has my jet ski, and he says I have to come and get it 600 miles, and he now has the money. That's not fair. And the county attorney contacted you, and you said he's not getting his money, and he's not getting his jet ski. Listen to me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
What you're complaining about is not the title, because you have the title. But you're complaining about the fact that he waited 6 weeks. You're not paying attention, Mr. Karras. Are you a lawyer?
No, ma'am.
Because you say something
Yeah,
here.
he told us he was.
Just a second. You say something
I
here.
wrote in the
Listen
email
to me. You wrote in the email. I had it confirmed by 2 different watercraft mechanics that without a doubt the ski was underwater and you failed to disclose it. Except this is true. I practice law as well. It is a violation of the law to sell a vehicle of any type without full disclosure. So you lied to him when you said to him...
I wanted to elicit a response.
Well, here's your response. You have the title, you have your jet ski, the rest of you...
Out of White versus Zeiss. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Mrs. White, you weren't present on New Year's Eve when your son was injured, so I'm going to ask you to have a seat, and I'll get to you in a moment. Mr. White, it is your claim that Mr. Zeiss assaulted you last New Year's Eve.
Yes, ma'am.
And caused you some serious injury. You want him to pay for both your medical bills and your pain and suffering.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Zeiss says that you started this confrontation and that he was merely defending himself. That's your defense?
That's correct.
Okay. How old are you, Mr. Zeiss?
I'm 19.
How old are you?
17.
You go to school?
Yes.
What school?
Anderson High School.
And you, Mr. Zeiss?
I'm out of school.
Well, what do you do?
I work.
For whom?
A moving company.
How long have you been working for a moving company?
About a year.
You work full-time?
Yes.
Did you know each other prior to New Year's Eve?
Yes, Your Honor.
From where?
I just know who he is. We weren't friends or anything.
Where did this happen?
It first started off at my friend Greg's parents' house on New Year's Eve. During the day, we were over at his house just getting ready to go down to his apartment when the defendant and his witness showed up. They began asking for money to assume to go
Just a second. Don't assume anything.
Okay.
Who was asking for money?
The defendant and his witness.
Both of them?
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the witness is shaking his head yes, that they were asking for money.
No.
That's very good. That's interesting. Did they say what they wanted money for?
No, they didn't.
And this was during the day?
Yes.
Anybody drinking? Anybody using drugs?
No, ma'am.
All right, so you said you didn't have any money?
Yeah, I told him I had no money and I refused to give him anything. They kept insisting that I give them money, and when I refused, they began wrestling me onto the ground.
Both of them?
Mainly the witness at first, and then...
This witness?
Yes. And then...
Whose name is?
Jimmy.
What?
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Do you have a last name?
Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah.
How old are you?
23.
What do you do for a living?
Work at Frisch's.
What is that?
It's a restaurant in Cincinnati.
How long have you worked there?
About 4 months.
Who do you live with?
I live with my girlfriend.
For how long?
About a year now.
Just the two of you?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you doing out New Year's without your girlfriend?
Hey.
Hey, no, hey. The hey is not an answer. What were you doing out New Year's without your girlfriend?
She was with her family. She was with her mother and father.
Why weren't you together on New Year's Eve? That's a date night.
I mean, we was together earlier, but she had left and
Why did she leave, Mr. Morgan?
She went to over her mother's house.
You're not welcome over there?
Oh, yes, I was, but...
Well, you think that you're going to have a happier New Year's Eve with him than with your girlfriend?
No, ma'am.
Were you just wrestling around with Mr. White?
I mean, he didn't want to push me on the ground, like...
He pushed you?
Yeah, he was...
Look at me. Look at me. Before he pushed you on the ground, tell me what happened.
This guy, he was trying to buy some ecstasy pills.
He's trying to buy drugs?
Yeah, he was trying to buy X. And like I told him, I ain't got it. I'm an athlete, I play football, you know? And like, he just kept on pressuring me and like asking me. Then like, he had pushed me. Then I was like, I pushed him back. Then like, you know, he pushed me again. I feel and like, that's how we started wrestling and stuff.
Okay. Now, this is at Greg's house.
Right, at his mother's house.
Did you leave Greg's house before he did or after?
No, I left before him. Like, as soon as, like, the guy, like, broke it up, like, I think Greg, he, like, pulled him off. Then, like, I just got up because I had mud out, like, all over me. We was in the mud. Like, I just got up and just left.
And what time was this, Mr. Morgan?
It was like early in the day. I think it was like around like 4, maybe.
And what were you doing?
I wasn't present at that time, the first time. Well, I was there, but I wasn't involved in that. I was talking to some other friends. I was there for the second part of it.
From Greg's parents' house, where did you go?
We left and went to Greg's own apartment.
Who went?
Me, a few of my friends.
How many friends?
I believe there were 4 of us or 5 of us.
And you went over to Greg's too?
Yes.
What time?
Probably about 10 or 11, maybe.
At night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't you have a girlfriend?
I didn't have a girlfriend at that time.
Oh, but you had a girlfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're not with her a whole day and an evening. Who are you going to kiss New Year's? Him?
No, ma'am.
Didn't you feel badly about not being with your girlfriend?
I mean, we was kicking it out the whole, like, earlier
You
that
were
day.
what?
We was hanging out the whole, like, earlier that day. And, like, she had left and went over her mother's house, her people's house.
Sounds to me as if she wasn't happy with you about something.
I mean, yeah, she was cool. She just wanted to go kick it with her sisters and her mother and her father.
I understand what that means, as a matter of fact. I know that you think that I don't understand what that means, but I do understand what kicking it means.
We've been through this before.
Shh. All right, Mr. White, you want to tell me what happened? Your version, at least?
Well, first off, I've enlisted in the Navy. I wasn't asking for any pills. I wouldn't be asking for anything of that sort. We left and went to Greg's own apartment, and Greg told him they weren't welcome to come down there after what happened at his parents' house.
Where is Greg now?
He couldn't be here.
Why not?
I'm not sure. He wasn't at his apartment when this happened.
Where was Greg when this happened?
He was on his way down. He had to pick someone else before he came down. And I was sitting at Greg's apartment with my friend playing video games. When I got up to use the restroom, the two of them showed up unwelcomed and came in. When I walked out, they immediately saw me there and came up to me. I kept trying to walk away when I was thrown into a wall, and the defendant spit in my face.
Which one?
Matt. And
Mr. Zeiss.
Yes. So I immediately just walked away, tried to get away. I went for the door when the both of them threw me down on the couch, and then they began asking for my money again, which I told them that I didn't have it and to get away from me. And then the two of them started hitting me and punching me in the face, which I was trying to block away. And then ultimately, Mr. Zeiss turned around and kicked me in the eye. I have pictures. And,
okay, and that's how you were injured?
Yes.
Now, you're dying to tell me something, Mr. Morgan.
Like,
so look at me.
When we got there, this guy was drunk, slobbing on himself.
Greg told us.
That's not true.
Mr. White.
We was invited because Greg called and told us to bring a 12-pack of beer to his house to meet us there. I don't know what kind of world he's living in, but we get to Greg's house and he asks us, can you give me some X pills? Can you give me... He was asking him first. You know, I don't mess with that stuff, and he kept asking us.
Like, I feel like insulted because, like...
One at a time, please.
Okay.
And we was trying to have a good time, you know, hang out, and he kept asking us. Finally, he comes up and says, here's $100. You come across any, you know, just bring it back, whatever. And he comes up and he's drunk and he's asking, you know, if we found anything. And he's you know, we're all drinking a little bit, and he starts going crazy, like, you know, swinging and throwing beer bottles and stuff, man, you know. And
why would a bunch of guys choose to stay together New Year's Eve instead of be with their girlfriends?
No, it wasn't nothing like that.
What?
It wasn't nothing like that.
Nothing wasn't like what? I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, he doesn't have a girlfriend. You don't have a girlfriend, I assume?
Not at the time.
You live with somebody.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I went to the doctor and they took x-rays and they found out it was fractured.
Probably don't remember how it happened because you was on drugs.
That's not true.
You're not talking to him, are you?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 17-year-old Daniel White says he was beaten up on New Year's Eve by Matthew Zeiss. Matthew claims Daniel was trying to score drugs that night.
Okay, let me see your pictures, let me see your medical bills, let me see your police report, let me see all your stuff.
Your Honor, I mean, they were out looking for trouble that night.
I think that you were probably all out looking for a little bit of trouble.
I have records here of them having previous felonious
We might have been out looking for trouble, but he was out looking for X pills.
That's not true.
Come on, dog, don't lie.
Quiet.
Those right there, Your Honor, are just previous things that he's encountered. That's why I wanted nothing to do with them that night.
How'd you know previous things that I've encountered?
Well, one of the things...
You don't even know me like that.
Everyone knows.
Come on,
everyone does.
Mr. Seiss, what they're giving me is a court view 2000, which indicates that you've got some history with your temper.
I've been in trouble before, but it was different circumstances.
Well,
I got
a
an
lot of
assault
different
charge.
circumstances.
Are you talking about the charges? My past history?
Yeah.
Well, I have an assault charge because I got in a fight at a festival because somebody was assaulting a girl and I stepped in and helped out.
You also have an outstanding stalking.
Stalking?
Yeah, motion for criminal
No, it's aggravated menacing is what I have. I got that because I was charged with a felony too, because felonious assault for fighting. And in order for that to get dropped down, I had to plead out to an aggravated menacing charge and an assault 1, misdemeanor 1. So I wouldn't have a felony 2 on my record.
So how
It
many
was just part
times
of the
have you
deal.
been arrested, Mr. Seiss?
Twice. Nothing major.
Well, the assault was pretty major, sir. You had to take a plea so you wouldn't have a felony. And if you were charged with a felony, that means the injury that you caused was serious.
It wasn't a serious injury, Your Honor.
Wasn't?
No.
You mean they made a mistake?
I think they overcharged me.
That's what they all say. You had a pelvic fracture 3 weeks before this, sir?
Yes.
How did that happen?
I was experiencing pain in my lower thigh, and I went to the doctor, and they took x-rays, and they found out it was fractured. They could have very well further injured that, too.
Come on. Probably don't remember how it happened because you was on drugs.
That's not true.
You're not talking to him, are you?
No.
So this injury happened, Mr. White, because during the course of this scuffling around with the two of them, he kicked you in the eye.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, when you were scuffling around with them, Mr. White, tell me what you were doing.
I was trying to free myself and just get away. I wasn't aggressing towards them in any way. I was just trying to merely escape myself.
When did you go to the hospital?
The day after. I spent all day in the hospital.
Could you explain to me why you waited until 5 days later to amend your statement that said that complainant states that after he refused to give the known suspect his money, they began punching him, kicked him in the eye, whereupon he gave them listed currency?
Yes.
Can you explain to me why you didn't tell that to the police the same day as you went to the hospital, which was the 1st of January?
I did tell them that, Your Honor.
No, this says supplementary narrative. That says on the 5th of January.
I told them the night we went that I was robbed also.
Do you have that report? I don't see that
It should
report.
be all in the same report, Your Honor.
Well, you can show it to me, sir. I'm going to give you back the packet that you gave me. Here you go. Yes.
Your Honor, when he came home New Year's Eve and I saw his eye, we went to the police department that night. We left right then and went to the district. They took pictures, took a report.
But I don't have that report.
It's listed as robbery here.
A robbery,
On the
a
incident
felony,
report.
second degree. We went to the police department that night and filed this report, not 5 days later.
Did you go back to the police on the 5th of January?
No, unless that's when I got the police report.
Oh.
But it says January 1st is when the police took the report, right here.
Thank you.
The police, when they took the report, he said he should be seen at the hospital.
Okay.
So that's why we went then the next day.
Now, what happened when you were taken into custody, Mr. Zeiss?
I was never taken into custody.
Did you speak to the police?
No, ma'am.
Never?
No.
Did you pursue this matter with the police?
No, we didn't. I spoke with his family, and they were begging us not to press charges because of his previous record. He would have been away for a while. They said they would pay the medical bills and any further damages that were required.
Who did you speak to?
I spoke to his mother and his stepfather.
You did or your mother did?
I did and my mother did.
You did. You have a stepfather?
Yes.
Who lives with your mother?
Yes.
You know about a conversation that they had with the White family about not pressing charges in this case? It's not an answer. That's very easy for me to find out.
They may have talked.
Don't tell me may. That's something that you would know.
He knows.
Mr. Zeiss, listen to me very carefully. That's something you would know. That's something that your mother and your stepfather would have had a conversation with you about.
Well,
Do you
I know.
understand?
I know. I didn't agree to.
I didn't ask you what you agreed to. I didn't ask that.
Yeah, they may have talked on the phone. Yes.
Don't say may, because it's very easy
Probably,
for me to find
most
out.
likely, they have talked. Yes.
When you spoke to your parents, I assume you had a family discussion about what happened New Year's Eve. Is that correct?
That's correct.
When?
I think it was the day after, or it might have been a few days after.
How do you think they found out what happened New Year's Eve?
Because I told him, because when he gave us $100 to buy drugs, he flipped out at the end of the night, and that's when we got in the confrontation. I didn't get a chance to give it to him because I don't need his money. I have a job. So I called Greg, and I told Greg to bring him to my house so I could give him his money. And he came to my house, and I gave him his $100 back.
Just a second. And you did that before or after Mrs. White spoke to your family?
Before. I contacted him.
No. My friend Greg brought me over to his house to speak with his family because he told his mother and stepfather about it, and they were upset about it, and they wanted to resolve this. And Matt was present at the time when I spoke with his family. They agreed to pay the money that was taken from me, and then they also agreed to pay the medical bills.
To you?
Yes, and to my mother over the phone.
If we was going to take money, why would we turn around the next day and give it right back? If we was going to take money from somebody.
You know, when I spoke to Mrs. Zeiss, she begged me not to press charges because she said that he was on probation for 5 years. If we pressed charges, he would automatically go to jail. She begged, and she said, we'll pay your hospital bills, we'll give you back your money that, you know, and his mother gave Daniel $100 that they took. Not him, his mother.
I'm just curious. Why didn't you sue his parents, since they were the ones who made an agreement with you to pay you the medical bills?
Because she told me Matt got a job, and he just got the job in February. He hasn't had that job a year. Because she told me over the phone. She said, Matt's finally got a job, and he will start paying you.
All right, Matt.
March 1st.
Shh, just a second. You said you'd been working for this moving company for a year.
Well, I'd go in and help out. I wasn't working full-time for a year. I just started working full-time, but I'd go in a few times a week and help out.
That's not what you told me.
It's been a year since I've been with the company.
That's not what you told me.
I told you I've been working for a year. I have been with the company for a year.
His mother said he just got the job a month ago.
It's easy to find out. I want to tell you, I really went back and forth. Now I'm ready to rule. You assaulted him. He'd had too much to drink. He had been drinking all day.
I didn't.
See that? There was no need for that.
Well, I didn't take pictures.
No reason. You didn't take pictures? You should have. And the reason the White family didn't press charges against you is because you got a lot of trouble here with the courts. And there is no question that if you were on probation on an assault, even a misdemeanor assault, and if you got busted again for a felony, you were going to state prison. No question. So I absolutely believe Mrs. White when she says that your family begged them not to pursue this and agreed to pay the medical bills. Now, how much were the medical bills?
Well, Your Honor, the hospital bill, my portion, because my insurance paid a bit of it, was $760. And then I have the doctor's bill, which they called in a specialist to look at his eye, and I haven't received the doctor's bills. There was 5 doctors that looked at him that day. And we have to take him back in 6 months to have his eye rechecked.
You still with the same girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
Sit down. I hope she rethinks her position. Well, Mr. Zeiss, you were very, very fortunate that the White family didn't pursue this because she could have been doing this as a prison hearing. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may sit in the matter of Jones versus Callahan. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
All right. This case is a little complicated, so let me go through the facts as I understand them. This is your brother?
Yes, ma'am.
For some reason which is unimportant at this moment, you went to jail.
Yes, ma'am.
And you had a car.
Yes.
The car was towed when
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
incarcerated. According to the complaint, your sister, who had formerly dated the defendant, asked the defendant if he would pay the towing charges on the car and the impound fees on the car, and that when your brother got out of jail, he would repay him and he would give him the car back.
Yes.
Your brother got out of jail, and the defendant, stop playing with your papers, pay attention, because
Right.
maybe I'm getting something wrong. Your brother got out of jail, and the defendant, according to you, refuses to return the car.
Yes, ma'am. He refused to return any phone calls.
The defendant says that he did return the car, and he is counterclaiming. He says that you, Mr. Jones, stole a gun that belonged to him, and that you, Miss Jones, have a large screen television set that belongs to him in your home. Is that right?
That is correct.
And you want to be reimbursed for the towing fees that you paid for his car, right?
Correct.
Okay. Do you understand that?
No, but I'm waiting to see it unfold.
Okay. Well, I tried to simplify it. It was really very... Okay. When did you go to jail, sir?
November 1st of 2001.
How long were you there?
I was there for 4 months.
Okay. And you called the defendant. Were you still dating at the time?
Yes, we were.
What did you say to him?
I asked him if he would get the car out of impound for me because I could not afford it and that we would pay it back as soon as my brother was released from jail.
And what did he say?
He said fine.
How much were the impound fees?
$538.
Now you tell me your version of the conversation that you had with her about getting the car out of impound.
She explained to me that while her brother was in jail that I'd be able to get the car out of impound in replace of the stolen gun.
No. Look at me. Look right here. She called you and said what?
She called me and told me there's a note here saying her brother will give you the car because of the stolen gun. So I said, well, okay, I'll accept that offer.
I don't agree with that.
Just a second. Who has this note? Do you have the note?
Actually, she has the note.
You have the note?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see it, please.
This is the contract we had on the car. He refused to sign it because he said it.
Just a second. Okay. Well, nobody signed this, and this doesn't say anything about a gun. What about this gun?
There was a gun that he claims was stolen out of my house. I have 2 minor children, this being one of them. My daughter is 2 years old. I had asked him numerous times not to bring a gun into my house.
Yes.
We went to visit my friend in the hospital, and when we came back, he told me that his gun was stolen out of my house, and I didn't even know it was still in there. I had told him over and over again not to leave a gun in my house with my minor children. So I don't really know what happened to the gun.
You said you saw a note where Mr. Jones here confessed to having stolen your gun?
Yeah, actually, it was in one of his letters that he sent while he was in jail.
Well, where is the letter?
Actually, she has it.
You have a letter?
I don't have any with me. I have just...
Did you get a letter from your brother with regard to a stolen gun?
My brother sent me a letter saying if it was possible for me to please get out his car out of impound fees. He didn't care what I had to do it, to just get it out. I told him then I would ask Jimmy to get the car out of impound for me, and that when Matt got released from jail that he would then pay for the car because I didn't want anything to do
I have that information. I'm asking you about a note with regard to his confessing that he stole a gun.
No, ma'am.
Did you take his gun?
No, I didn't. I have talked to numerous detectives as well in this case, and they acquitted me of the charges, and they don't feel that I've taken it, so...
Taken it.
Taken it, sorry.
Detectives don't acquit you. They just have to have evidence in order to
They drop
arrest
the case.
They dropped the
In any
case.
event, there's no proof that he took the gun.
Exactly.
Sounds logical to me, sir, very logical to me, that your girlfriend would call and ask you to do this for her, and that you would return the car. But your defense is that you returned the car. Tell me about that.
Actually, on January 8th, she gave me a call, threatened me, saying that if I don't return the car within a couple days, that her and her brother would come looking after me. That weekend on the 12th.
Don't speak unless I'm looking at you.
That weekend on the 12th, I told one of my friends to help escort me to drop off this VW Jetta to Don Marie's residence. So eventually, he drove his Toyota, and I drove the Jetta to her house. We dropped off the keys in the mailbox, which is in front of her doorway. And for the reason I did not make contact to her, she has filed a stalking charge on me prior to these occasions.
Okay. Did you report the car stolen?
No, they told us we had to take it to small claims court and get it back.
He doesn't have it.
But he did have it, and he had it at the time, and he had never dropped it off to my house.
How do you
ever.
know that?
Because if I'm not home, somebody else is there.
I don't know whether somebody else is there or not. He doesn't have the car. And he certainly can't use the car because he doesn't have any proof of ownership. He can't have it insured. So I suggest you call and report the car stolen because he doesn't have it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Perfect. Now, you can have the car back, but you still owe him some money because he got the car out of impound. You promised to pay him back. Why didn't you pay him back?
We've made a number of chances to try and contact him. In the stalking order that he was suggesting, I went with her to the court. We ended up dropping the stalking order, saying we just want the car back, then we can all go our own separate ways. He refused to contact us. He refused to call us. He says that he's not doing the deal no more. We have the money, and we've offered to pay him several times.
Well, he certainly can't sell the car without a certificate of title, which leads me to believe that unless he's just merely being vindictive and dumped it in a lake or something, which I have no proof of, that it has absolutely no value to him whatsoever.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dawn Jones says ex-boyfriend James Callahan refuses to return her brother's car. Dawn says when her brother Matthew was arrested, James got the car out of impound and never gave it back.
Okay. Now tell me about this big screen TV.
All right, I have the receipt here. On 10/8/01, I went down to Circuit City with her son to purchase a TV. For the reason is our TV that she had at the time was not reasonable. So we eventually purchased a 27-inch flat-screen Panasonic TV. I do have other things in her house, and I could not receive that. I couldn't bring
Just a
that.
minute. We're not there yet. The TV that she had was not a good one, so you went with her son and bought a TV and brought it to her house.
Correct.
What makes you think this is your TV?
I actually purchased it.
I don't care if you purchased it. If you purchased it and made a gift to her, then it's not yours. I don't care if you purchased it. All right, let me hear your version of the TV.
Thank you, okay. He was liking to flash money around everywhere he went. He was flashing money in my face. He also was, giving me...
TV.
Several gifts, okay? He gave me the TV. He put it in my name. I have the receipt.
You to tell me.
He left the house one day. He came back with this huge TV, and I said, "What are you doing? I cannot pay you for this TV." He said, "Don't worry, Marie. It's a gift. You can have it. I'm not going to take it from you or your kids." Here's my son, who was with him when he went to the shopping.
Let me see the receipt.
Those are receipts for everything he's countersuing me for.
No, I'm not interested in everything. I'm just interested in the TV.
All right.
Sold to Dawn Jones.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, when you give a gift, you don't take it back, sir. The relationship didn't work out. It doesn't mean you get the TV back. What you do get back is the $538 that you laid out for the towing fees for the VW. That's what you get back. Period. You go to the police and take care of your car.
Will do.
Good. Have I resolved that? Did you understand it?
I understood it perfectly.
Perfect, thank you. Goodbye, have a happy life.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't know what his problem is, but he is severely mental.
There are certain times where if you're really nice, you let your guard down, people will, intend to take advantage of that.
He broke into my house and woke me up while I was sleeping, doing nasty things.
She's in distress right now, and she's trying to, make me look bad.
He's psycho. He's psycho.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bullock versus Green. Step forward, please.
25-year-old student Corus Bullock is suing former friend, 25-year-old student Ernest Green, for breaking his windshield in a drunken fit.
Mr. Bullock, the defendant is or was a friend or acquaintance of yours, and according to your complaint, you gave him a ride home from someplace when he was drunk. He went crazy in your car and did damage to the windshield of your car. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so tell me when this happened.
On January 19th, it was a Monday, it was, because of the Martin Luther King event that was going on in St. Pete, Florida.
Okay, tell me how it came to be that he was in your car.
It came to be because I gave Mr. Green a call that evening asking him what he was doing for that day, because I had just met Mr. Green probably about a week before that. And he was like, give me a call sometime and, we'll hang out or whatever. So I gave him a call and I asked him, what he was doing for that day, and he was telling me about the event that was going on in St. Pete. So I asked him, would he like to go? And he was like, yes, we can go down there.
Okay, and was he drinking at the time?
At the time that I picked him up, no, he wasn't.
Well, when did he start to drink?
He started to drink on our way to the event because...
in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
And according to you, he was drunk at the time he did this damage to your car.
I wasn't actually drunk. I had drunk some drinks, but I was not drunk, Your Honor.
I'm going to get to you in a minute. Go ahead.
Well, he actually hadn't started drinking until we was on our way to the event. He asked me to stop at the liquor store on our way to the event. And he, he offered, me if I wanted anything I drink. I was like, no, I'm fine, So I was like, we'll stop and get you something. So as we stopped and got him something on our way to the trip, he had started drinking or whatever.
What was he drinking?
I can't recall the actual name of the beverages.
I was drinking cognac.
Cognac?
Cognac.
What time in the morning was this?
It was not in the morning.
What time was it?
It was around 7 o'clock.
In the evening?
In the evening.
And what kind of an event were you going to?
We went to a parade. Also,
just a second. You were going to celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday?
Oh, yeah. I was not drunk. I mean, I'd had some drinks.
Pay attention to my question. You were going to celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday, and you decided that the appropriate tribute to Martin Luther King was to drink cognac.
Actually,
just pay attention to my question. The appropriate tribute to this leader was to drink cognac on your way to the parade.
No, actually, that wasn't it. Actually, Mr. Bullock had a couple drinks earlier, too.
I'm talking about you.
Hold on, Your Honor, that's a false statement. I didn't have anything to drink.
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm talking to him. Now I'm not talking to you anymore. Let's get to the windshield, please.
Yes, ma'am. Earlier that day, I got a call from one of my other friends who was telling me that he was throwing like a little private party at an after-hour event. So after we left the Martin Luther King event, on our way back, I told Mr. Green about the event. He asked me, could he come? And at the time, I knew he had been drinking or whatever, and I offered, I was like, well, we'll take you home first, and then I'll come back and get you. And then he made a statement that he wasn't ready to go home because he knew if he went home, his girlfriend would not let him back out.
Excuse me, Your Honor, that was not true.
So when I took him there or whatever, I said, well,
you took him to the party.
Right.
It wasn't an event. It was a party, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, so let's not say event. We went to a party, and you took him to the party. Did he continue to drink at the party?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
We haven't gotten to the windshield yet. When are we going to get to the windshield? I'm losing
we're getting
patience.
to the windshield right now, ma'am.
Good.
All right. Well, we were at the party. That's when he started getting a little belligerent, and one of the actual bouncers saw that his attitude was rude towards some of the females in the club, that he was grabbing on them and harassing the women. And he said, "You're all going to have to take him home." And I said, "That's not a problem." I said, "I'll take him home." On our way going down the interstate, Mr. Green's attitude had really changed. I mean, he had started getting very rude, loud. He had started, saying some obscene things.
Where was he sitting?
He was sitting in the passenger seat.
Excuse me, Your Honor, that's not my character.
Just a second.
It's not on my character.
Don't interrupt. All right, so he's rude, he's belligerent, he's using bad language. Get to the windshield.
So we were approximately about a block from his home, and he had just started really getting loud, and before I knew it, he had started swinging at the windshield like this, going like this, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And before I knew it, I looked up, and my windshield was cracked, and we was about a block from his home.
And he cracked the windshield with his what?
With his fist.
Do you have a picture?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I'd like to see it, please.
Judge, if I broke a windshield, cracked the windshield, I'm pretty sure.
Am I looking in your direction, Mr. Green?
Okay, sure.
What time was this that you took him home?
It was about 12:30, almost going on 1, about 1:45.
And you picked him up at what time?
I picked him up about 6 o'clock, 6:30.
What time did you get to the liquor store?
We made it to the liquor store about 6:45.
So he started to drink cognac at 6:45?
Yes, ma'am.
And it would be fair to say that he drank from 6:45 until about 12:30, 1:45?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it wasn't, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, Mr. Green.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen to me very carefully,
Yes,
sir.
I can.
You remember going home in the car with Mr. Bullock?
Of course I do.
Good. Tell me what happened.
No kind of way was I out of sync. Yes, I had some drinks, but that's no kind of way to say that someone's drunk.
Let me ask you this. You're at the club, and everybody is having a good time at the club?
We all had a good time at the club.
Great.
So. Great. But no kind of way did I act out of character.
Okay. So. Did you ask Mr. Bullock to take you home at about 12:30 or 1:45?
Yes, I did ask him to take me home.
Tell me what you said to him when you asked him to take you home.
Well, I felt myself getting a little bit out of sync.
What does that mean, out of sync?
Out of sync means when you have one too many drinks, then you're just ready to go home.
Okay, so you felt as if you had too much to drink.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I have that kind of judgment. So, I mean, that's how I know no kind of way could I have broken his windshield.
Shh, I didn't ask windshield yet. I'm not there, Mr. Green. So it's your testimony that you're at the club, and you were drinking at the club.
Of course I drank.
And that you felt as if you were a little out of sync.
Exactly.
So you said, "Would you please drive me home?"
Exactly.
Because you were being responsible.
Exactly.
Is that right, Mr. Bullock?
No, ma'am, that statement is false.
Of course, it's false. Are you suggesting to me, Mr. Green, that the proprietor of this club didn't ask that you leave?
I never had anyone come up to me saying, "I want you to leave."
You weren't behaving in any way that was irregular, a little bit high or a little bit inebriated at the club?
Well, a little bit intoxicated, of course. That's the reason why I was ready to go home, of course. But I don't.
So you were
out of
acting
character.
a little bit drunk?
No, I'm not drunk, of course. When you're drunk, you're like falling down or something on the floor. I was not drunk.
Not everybody falls down on the floor, sir. Some people are drunk and they continue to stand up.
I know
See, what
I'm
I
drunk.
find unusual, Mr. Green, is if you're at the club and you're drinking and you're having a good time and you're really not drunk and you're dancing and everybody else is staying at the club, it takes a person of very strong character to say, "I've had a little too much to drink. Would you please drive me home?"
You don't believe that can happen?
It can happen.
Okay.
Unless there's a broken windshield. Go ahead.
I don't exactly know how the windshield was broken. I think that Mr. Bullock may have went out somewhere else after he dropped me off and something happened to his car and he's trying to pin this on me.
And he's just blaming it on
I
you.
believe that might have been what happened, but I break a windshield. What reason would I have if someone I just met to break their windshield?
Especially someone who has been very nice to you. Gave you a call, said, "Come on, let's go spend the day. We'll go down to the parade, then you can come to a party with me afterwards," right?
That is correct.
So you think that someone who acted like a person who wanted to be your friend would drop you off and then something would happen to his windshield and then he would say to himself, "I'm going to blame Mr. Green for this."
What other reason would I have to come on this show and prove myself if I knew I was guilty?
It's possible, Mr. Green, that you don't remember breaking his windshield, that you were so drunk you don't remember.
Well, I just explained to you that I wasn't drunk.
Of course you were drunk. You had been drinking for over 5 hours.
No, I wasn't. I just said
Cognac. Had a little beer.
I was not drinking over 5 hours now.
Sure you were.
You be in a hospital, you drink for over 5. You be in like intox or something.
Well, that's what we're saying, Mr. Green, because after the first 5 or 6, you don't remember. You just want that buzz to continue. What kind of damage was done to your car, Mr. Bullock?
Besides the windshield, ma'am, that was it.
Okay, and how much did it cost you to have it fixed?
The list price was $325.
I asked you how much it cost you to have it fixed.
I only paid $144.45.
All right. Mr. Green, just add this $144.25 to the cost of the bottle of cognac. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Be on the calendar in the matter of Vickers versus Ruffin. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Vickers, it is your claim that the defendant, who is your former girlfriend, vandalized your car, which was being driven by your present girlfriend. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't see this. You didn't witness any of this.
No, ma'am.
So let's see. What date did this occur?
It happened on August 2nd going into August 3rd, probably about 12:30 or so. So I guess August 3rd, 2001.
And according to your complaint and the defendant's answer, you and the defendant have a child together. Is that right?
Yes.
A boy?
Yes.
How old?
He's 3.
And you live in different states?
Yes.
The defendant had driven to where you live with your son for the purpose of talking and you spending some time with your son. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she drove down to where you lived on August 2nd.
Yes.
According to you, you stayed home for the day, spent some time with your son, but when he went to sleep, you left him with his grandfather
Yes, ma'am.
and went out
Yes.
for the evening.
Right.
I assume at some point you saw your present girlfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the present girlfriend.
Yes.
And at some point you exchanged cars with her. You took her car, she took your car because she wanted to drive your new car.
Yes.
And then you came home.
Yes, ma'am.
About what time did you get home?
I probably got home about 1 a.m.
But you were alone.
I was alone, yes.
And what happened when you got home?
When I got home, I was driving another vehicle. So the defendant wouldn't have recognized me because I was in a car that she wasn't familiar with. I drove down my street and I saw someone sitting on my front porch, but I didn't know who the individual was sitting on the front porch because I hadn't been expecting anyone. I made a right-hand turn, drove down a little bit, turned around and parked the vehicle, got out of the vehicle, and walked up to my house. And when I walked up, I recognized that it was her. She asked me where our son was. I told her that he was inside with his grandfather. She made a couple statements about how can I go out and leave my son with his grandfather when she drove all the way from Cleveland, Ohio to bring him with me. But the purpose of my leaving out was just, I was only out probably for a half hour or so. My father was there. He was responsible for the child at the time, just to take my vehicle and exchange it. And I came right back.
Totally unnecessary, by the way.
Okay.
Totally unnecessary. Not necessary for your girlfriend to drive your car when you have a son who you hadn't seen in how long?
Probably
4
about
months.
about 2 weeks or so.
4 months.
4 months.
Hadn't seen him in 4 months.
Okay. So that was totally unnecessary for you to go out that evening. How long was he going to be there?
He was going to be there for the weekend.
So for the weekend, you give up the girlfriend, especially the girlfriend who has to have a new car to drive. So you can understand why she's mad. If you don't understand why she's mad, I'm going to tell you that I understand why she was mad.
Okay.
Okay? Let's start with that. You have an absolute right to be annoyed. You drove down so he could spend some time. You come back, you don't know whether he's gone for a half hour, 4 hours, 3 hours, all
Actually,
you know
I know how long. He was gone about 2 hours, an hour and a half.
Probably that long.
Yeah, because I was there, and I knew exactly where my son was because I had spoken to his father. I was in the house, and I'd been there for quite some time.
And he was gone.
And he was gone, yes.
So you were really annoyed, and I really understand that. And if he doesn't, what can I tell you? Okay, so you had a verbal confrontation with her, and what happened?
The conversation turned where it became a physical confrontation now. She grabbed me in the collar, ripping my shirt. And I went into the house and called 911 and asked 911 to send an officer out to my home. So as I'm on the phone, I'm continuing trying to keep her at bay from further attacking me. So I hung up the phone from 911 and she continued to come after me. So I grabbed her and I put her down on the ground and she just totally just ripped my shirt off. At that time I got up, she took her belt off and began slinging her belt crazy. I ran back into the house
called 911 again, asking them to hurry up and send a police officer out to my address. By this time, I'm inside waiting for the police officer to come, and she's standing outside. When the police finally arrive, I come out. I tell the police officer what had happened and that I had placed a call. And she told the police officer that she wanted her son. I didn't have any objections to that. I told the police officer that she can have the son. Matter of fact, they could go up and get the child.
Was he awake or asleep at
Oh, he was asleep. The police officer informed both of us that since this was a domestic issue, that both of us could go to jail and the child would be put into foster care. So at that point, I didn't want that.
Yeah.
So I just went into the house, and her and the police officer remained outside and talked for a little while. She came back up, the police officer came back up, they went upstairs, got the child, and she and the police officer and the child left. I went back upstairs to go to bed, and that was the last time that I saw her.
Okay. Now, who witnessed the vandalizing of your car?
Both of these individuals here.
Step up, please. Tell me your name.
Jacqueline McLaren.
All right, Miss McLaren. You're driving his car.
Yes.
What happened later that evening?
As I was driving his car, me and my friend was going to go to a party. It was an after party we were invited to.
An after party?
Yes. It was later than a normal party. We were outside for a while on the opposite side of the party, on the opposite side of the street. Then we made a U-turn, and as I was getting ready to do a parallel park, a black sedan pulled up beside us. And it was on my driver's side, and the person, Miss Ruffin, was looking at me, and she looked upset. And at first I didn't know who it was, and I was like, you know, who's this person? What's wrong with her? Why is she looking at me? Then I recognized her from some pictures that I had seen. And I said, oh, that's his son's mother. And she just kept looking at us, looking upset, and then she pulled up in front of me as if to cut me off, and then made a U-turn in the middle of the street and took off in the opposite direction.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jacqueline McLaren says she was driving her boyfriend's SUV when it was vandalized by his ex-girlfriend, Alice Ruffin. Jacqueline's boyfriend, Daryl Vickers, is suing for the cost to replace his rear window.
All right, Mr. McLaren. What kind of car were you driving?
It was a Montero, a truck.
What color?
Silver.
That was his truck?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So at that time, I decided that I wasn't going to park the car where I originally planned on parking it. So then I pulled up to the intersection, made another U-turn, and parked on the opposite side of the truck. When I parked, I stepped out of the truck, and I noticed two gentlemen were standing outside, and this guy right here. And then I said, are you going to be out here for a while? And he said, yes.
Did you know him before?
No, I didn't, no. And I said, well, can you do me a favor and keep an eye on this truck? And he said, no problem. So then I went inside to the party, and when I got in, I just didn't feel right. I just didn't feel comfortable. So I kept looking out the window, like every now and then checking on the truck. I said maybe 20, 25 minutes. I noticed this young lady, she had something in her hand, and she threw it at the back of the truck. And you know, I stood there for a minute, you know, looking at it like, oh my goodness. And then I left the window, went to go get my girlfriend, and I told her what happened. So we left to go downstairs, and someone saying, who's in here driving a silver truck? You need to go outside and check on your truck. As I got outside, I saw him, and he said, this lady just threw a brick in your truck.
Okay, tell me your name, sir.
My name is Joe Lewis.
Did you know any of these people before?
No.
Tell me what you observed that night. About what time was it?
I want to say about 12, more like 12:40.
What did you see?
I just came out of the store. Me and my cousin were talking. He lived directly across the street. She had said, when she had got out the truck, she said, if you guys are going to be standing here for a moment, you know, can you look
Keep an
at the
eye
truck?
on the truck.
Right. I say about 15 minutes later, I saw a black car pull down a side street. Young lady got out of the car. She walked towards the back of the vehicle. I didn't know she had an object in her hand, but all you heard was psh. You heard a big splash noise. Me and my cousin looked at each other like his windows just got busted. From there, she jetted back to her automobile. She did a U-turn.
Describe the automobile she was driving.
I just know it was black, four-door sedan. Had like white tan plates. Wasn't the New York State tags.
Did you recognize the lady?
Not really.
Could you identify her?
the clothing that she had on. Her hair could have been...
What kind of clothing did she have on?
Like light colored pants, could be pink, could be white.
Did you see if there was anybody else in the car?
No.
Couldn't see, or you didn't notice?
Didn't notice.
Didn't notice whether there was a child in the back of the car?
No, because she pulled off on the side street.
She pulled off on the side street and then came over to the car?
Walked right behind the truck.
And then just left?
Walked back to her car and pulled out.
So you couldn't tell me, as you were standing here today, if this is the young lady who did it?
From across the street? Mm-mm.
Okay. But you recognized her?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming today. Okay, Ms. Ruffin, let me hear you.
Okay, well, I am here today, and I just want to say that I did not do what Mr. Vickers is saying that I did. Mr. Vickers is strapped for cash because I filed child support, and he's very, very, very bitter.
He may be very, very bitter. He's talking about an incident that occurred where he says you were so angry that you threw a rock at his car.
Okay, well, I didn't do it, and...
I think you did.
I don't... You think I did it?
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Oh, I think you did it.
Right.
I think you may have felt at that moment that you had the right to do it. You had the right to do something. If it wasn't throwing a rock at his head, you decided to do his car instead, because the closest thing to a man is usually his car. And if you couldn't get him, you were going to get his car. You behaved very badly that night, Miss Ruffin. Not just with the car, even before the car at his house. I can understand that you were angry.
What did I do at his house?
You became physical with him.
No. He became physical with me.
Really? Why would he call the police if he became physical with you?
Okay, let me just go back to the story that he said. I went to his family reunion and I saw him there. That was probably the second time that I'd ever seen his vehicle, so he says. When he left his family's get-together, he said, I'm going back home and I'm going to bed. You can come by later if you want to talk.
You mean that was on August 2nd?
This was on August 4th. This was Saturday, because I left early that morning. This was Friday night, Saturday morning.
Okay.
When I left the family reunion, I went over to a girlfriend's house who was having a bridal shower that weekend, and I sat with them for a while, and they were going out, and I was...
Just tell me what happened when you got back to his house and you found he wasn't there and you waited for him.
Okay, when I got back to his house, I sat... I talked to his father for a little bit.
Fine, you talked to his father. He finally came home. What I want to know is he finally came home.
Okay, well, this is why I'm going to tell you this, because I was sitting on his porch. I had just called a phone number that his brother had given me and said it was his cell phone. I called the phone, and a female answers. And I said, well, may I speak to Fahim? That's what I call him. And she says, who is this? I said, oh, no, who is this? She said, this is Jackie. I said, well, I'm looking for Fahim. And I hung up the phone. About 10 minutes later, he comes storming around the corner. And no, I wouldn't have recognized him because I didn't even see him get out of a vehicle. And he comes storming around the corner, get your stuff, get your things, get your son, get out my house. So when I proceeded to walk, I got up and I walked over to him. He slapped my glasses off my face. I can't see a thing without them. And he attacked me. But then I thought it was rather cruel for him to call 911 and say that I was attacking him and that I had a weapon.
Are you telling me you didn't take your belt off?
Oh, yeah, I took my belt off. Because I can't beat him. Look at him. Look at him. He hit me. He busted my lips.
That day, he busted your lip?
That night.
That night? Let me see the police report.
We didn't file one because they said we can't. They said if we filed a police report.
Did you bust her lip?
No, I didn't.
I don't believe he busted your lip at all.
I had blood all over my clothes.
If you had blood all over your clothes that was yours, they would have arrested him. Okay, Miss Ruffin, did you go to the hospital that night?
Yes, no, I went to the hospital when I returned home because I don't know anything about that.
You have a report from the hospital when you returned home?
I didn't bring it.
Your Honor, she lived in Rochester for over 10 years. She's more than familiar with the procedures of going to the hospital.
Okay, but I don't believe that you assaulted her, sir. I don't believe that you assaulted her. I believe she lost her temper.
I've never hit this man in my life until that night. He's always hit me.
Right. Can I see the bill for the car, please? What? She busted a car window. That's not $2,000 worth of damage.
She busted a rear window, broke all of the decals. She did a lot of damage to the vehicle. It was a rather big brick. She did a lot of damage. I also have other pictures that would indicate when she threw the brick through the rear window, there was a bottle of bleach in the back cargo area of my vehicle. And the brick bust the top of the bottle of bleach, spilling the bleach all over the back of the vehicle.
What year car is this, sir?
It's a 2001. It was a brand new vehicle. I had just bought it.
Had you ever told it that you just bought a new car?
No, I didn't.
Did you know he had just bought a new car?
No,
you told
actually,
me you'd seen it twice.
Right. He took my son to the barber shop, and we were talking outside the shop. He pointed up the street and said, "That's my new car." I was afraid
So you knew
to
he
tell
had a new
you.
car?
Well, he told me then, yeah.
Okay. Had you been paying Mr. Vickers regular child support for your son?
Pardon me?
Let me see if I can find words that will better, translate to you. Have you been paying regular child support for your son?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
How much?
About $643 a month.
Since when?
February of 2001.
Okay.
Since May. I filed for child support in February of 2001, and the first time he received money out of his check was in May.
Were you in court when they made the child support order?
No, Your Honor.
You were not?
No, ma'am.
Well, you chose not to appear.
Yes, I did choose not to.
Oh. So, Mr. Vickers, if you chose not to appear when you were summoned to court, then they made the order without you.
Yes.
And then you didn't pay it for a while.
No, I paid it.
No. You didn't pay it for a while because if you chose not to appear in court, then they made the order, they had to transmit it to you.
Yes.
Now it's being taken out of your salary?
Yes.
All right, and it just started to be taken out of your salary effective when?
Probably April of 2001.
She says
It was
May.
at the end of May. It was at the end of May.
So that she started to get the money in May.
Right.
Okay. Now, you said you took him back to court for more child support?
No, I did not. What happened was he said that it was illegal that they were taking that amount of money out of his pay, and I guess he filed for misrepresentation of fact. So in September, we had another court appearance. We had a court appearance, and that's where this young lady may have seen me or my vehicle, but I know that she was with him.
Just a second. Did they modify the order?
No, they didn't.
They left it at 643?
Yes.
Did he appear at that court?
Yes, he appeared at that time.
Sure. Didn't appear the first time. Did you think it would just go away if you didn't appear?
I thought so, yes.
You thought wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. How much do you pay for the car every month?
$398 a month.
So you pay $400 a month for your new car, plus insurance and stuff?
Yes.
So you pay almost as much for your car as you pay for your child?
No, my monthly car insurance is about $120 a month.
So that's $520. You pay $643 for your son. $643 also includes some arrears, right?
There was $1,800 in arrears.
Right. So it's not $643. It's really less than $643. They just tacked on
Tacked
it
on
for
arrears,
arrears.
yes, right.
So I'm right.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
pay as much for your car as you do for your child.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And he's very bitter about it.
Well, he may be very bitter about it. That doesn't give you the right to break his window.
I didn't break his window.
Yes, you did.
I
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,941. That's all.
Parties are excused.